boxers. I swing both ways when it comes to underwear, you know?
All right, hey everybody, welcome to the Vinyl Show. Let's see, is this thing on? Okay, thanks everyone for joining us. This is episode 45, I think, of the Vinyl Collection, looking through the record shelves, where we this show started just me going through the old record collection, opening everything up, seeing what's inside, rediscovering what's in the collection. But along the way, the show has evolved into adding a whole bunch of characters onto a panel of discussion and fun times, and it's been nothing but hilarity and entertainment extraordinaire since. It's been a wild ride. It's been a lot of fun. We're coming up on a year of this show happening, and I certainly couldn't have done it without the people that I'm going to introduce you to very soon. And I want to thank everyone in the chat for coming on by. Don't forget, you can say hi in the chat. We'll talk to you. We'll have a good time. We welcome you to the show. If I didn't say so already, my name is Bill. Welcome to the show. I'll be your presenter and moderator for this endeavor. Let's bring on the panel of guests right now. I'm going to bring in my first guy. He is returning. He's an all-star. Everyone really got a kick out of seeing him last time. It was such good times having Duke on. Now he's back. Good to see you, Duke.
How you doing?
For joining us. Good,
My
good,
pleasure.
good. And let's bring on the rest of the crew. Got Curtis.
Hey,
Got Kevin. Right
how
on
did I
Mars.
get down here? I was up there before.
Yeah, what the heck?
What's going
I was-
on here?
I had first
Hey,
chair.
I'm on top now.
That's right.
Wow.
That's right. Give the big man his due. We
I'm the
got
only
Matt
person
Bandy.
with record. Bandy and I are the only people with records on this show, and we're on the
That's
bottom.
not true. That is not true.
I think it's a little more than true.
That might be true. That might be true. Don't spoil it, Kevin.
It's the funniest thing was earlier this week when we set up the time, I'm like, unfortunately, guys, talking to you, the vinyl shop in our group chat, and like, sounds like Chris Roberts can't make it on the show. And I threw it in your guys' corner. I thought maybe you guys would go, okay, well, let's move it to maybe we can go Saturday or push it to 10 o'clock. And they're like, bring Duke back. First thing, bring Duke. I got to let you know, though, we're pretty lucky around here because look at who snuck into the show.
Oh, I knew it. Roving reporter.
I don't know how good the connection is, but I'm here live out in the fields.
How's it looking out there? Is it rough?
It's a half-empty stadium. I had a tip that there was some vinyl out here, but I was misled. There's nothing. Just a bunch of kids playing football. You just missed it, man. If you would have came on like 3 minutes earlier, you would have saw a 100-yard kickoff return.
Oh, nice.
Because nothing says the vinyl show like a high school football kickoff return.
Well, it only adds to everything that this show is. It's been everything. Into the chat, I want to say hi to Miss Lobo Bob is back. Elbow, good to see her. Deke is here. Is he playing hooky from his other show?
I think so. Yeah.
Ooh, I like that.
Good for him. I like it too.
like that. And I assume the rest of the Retro Nonsense crew is watching Duke, making sure
Maybe.
he's a good boy.
Mother
on the
Brain
live stream.
might be out of commission tonight. She's away on a run. Big surprise. So she's going to try to catch some of it.
On a run.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a
It's quite the run.
I do have another surprise for you guys. I promise you surprises on the show. And damn it, I will deliver. We have another huge star about to appear for the very first time on this show, if you can believe it. Are you ready? Let's give a big warm welcome to Bob. He can't come on the show.
Does one of us have to leave so he can get on? What's gotta happen?
I hit the trigger and it goes, you can't have another person on there.
You know what that means, Chris?
What is this?
Yeah, I
What is
wasn't
happening?
staying long anyway. So
Oh my gosh.
Well, now we know 6 is the limit.
That's it. Reached it.
You guys have
Or-
to hit the $sign at the bottom of the chat and donate some money to this thing so we can get a proper StreamYard account going. That's what needs to happen. Come on. Yeah,
We all
so
know
once
Bill is cheap.
How dare you keep Bob
Got the free
Dylan
version.
waiting in the weight room?
The Bob Dylan.
he's got
We
lots of
finally got
time.
him. We finally got him, and now he's just sitting in the waiting room. He's not
He's
going to
got-
like that.
We got to finish up our convo with Chris Roberts
Uh-oh.
live from the
there's
COVID
a
Bowl.
fumble. Fumble. He's running back. Hey, 2, 3, 2. Oh, touchdown.
Chris,
Nice.
show us something exciting, not your
Yeah,
face.
maybe you should show us the game,
There-
Chris.
oh, yeah. Where are you watching from? The desert?
Well, I didn't want to be in the stands.
Oh,
That's kinda
yeah.
rude.
Yeah. Heaven forfend you sit in the stands to watch a soccer game.
I would wear a mask, Curtis. I am socially responsible.
You can keep your mask on. You look better with it anyway.
You wouldn't be able to hear me, dumbass.
Oh, really? I can't hear you through your mask?
Not really. That seems to be the big complaint. And every time I talk to somebody, let me pull my mask down so you can hear me.
I'm pretty sure we'd be able to hear you, Chris, through your mask.
Okay. Well, thank you for your support, Curtis.
Wow.
I have to, when you talk, Chris, I have to turn my gain down on my microphone.
Takes no time for those two to get going at each other. I love it.
Where's the split screen, Bill? Come on.
Oh man, that's too much piano work. I have.
You got to
do
pay
there.
extra for that. You can't afford it.
Yeah,
That's
no,
a
we're
hit.
tapped. We're tapped out right now.
Yeah, hit the $sign at the bottom of the chat. It'll all work out.
How many of those dollars have you gotten, Bill?
Woo! I got a couple of those dollars. Let me tell you,
Yeah.
good old couple.
It's in the poster repair fund. It's all tied up.
Yes, exactly. All right. Well, Chris Roberts, thank you so much for spending a little bit of your time with us. It's good seeing you. Thanks for coming on by. Appreciate
All
it.
right, guys.
See you,
Have a good
Chris.
show.
Hey,
you
drive
later.
safe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Will
take it
do.
easy.
Bye-bye.
We'll see you next
Always
week.
a pleasure when you leave.
Next week, buddy.
All right. See you later.
All right. Woo!
Mrs. LeBeau there, she really does think it's Bob Dylan in the green room. So we better bring Bob in to let her off the hook.
Just as good. Practically just as good.
I'd say better.
From the Retro Nonsense crew, none other than Duke's child, a man, some would say, Bob.
Hey.
Look at that. Nice for Bob.
Hey, look at that.
Yeah, sorry I couldn't be Bob Dylan, but I'm still here.
Close second. Close second.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
It's good to see you. Thanks for coming on the show. That's
Of course,
exciting.
thank you for having me.
Wow, that's awesome. Duke threatened that you might come on, and I was like, nah, there's no way that Bob will come on. See, I have a child as well. How old are you, Bob?
18.
18. My daughter's 17, and she won't come on this show because she feels if her friends were to discover it, it would be a huge embarrassment. But
Oh, he's
I've
far
heard
beyond
most
being
of this,
embarrassed by his
I don't
father.
think
good. It's good to see. Maybe, I'll send you her email address or something. You can tell her it's not that big of a deal. They're actually
Yeah, I'll let her
cool
know.
dudes. They're cool dudes. Most of them are cool dudes. There's a couple. There's a couple that are cool.
Bottom
No,
row
come
is
on,
really
can't do
cool.
it.
That's all I'm saying.
There you go.
Just don't wear a Spider-Man hoodie on here. It'll be good.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Totally did it.
All right. So, Bob, are you dressed for battle? What do you got on there?
Yeah, I'm dressed for metal battle. Yeah, this is my battle jacket. I'm still working on it. Oh, hold on. It doesn't have a lot on it yet, but
Show him the back.
oh yeah, hold on. I don't know if this will work. There we go.
There you go.
Wow.
See
Is that
that?
blood incantation?
Yes.
Nice.
What?
That's
You
also-
could read that?
Bandy.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was just lightning bolts.
No, it is a it is a
milk on the back of it.
Kevin is such a dork, as if you didn't know that was blood in
like,
incantations.
We all know.
Sorry, I guess I've been in a cave.
He's playing dumb, so we organically discover it for our viewers out there.
Yeah,
who
it's
might not be
for
able
the
to see
viewers
it.
that don't know. I'm like the Winston Zedmore of this show.
Exactly. Yes. Exactly.
All right, cool. Well, welcome to episode 45, almost a year of the vinyl collection. Just think, it's been a year. Crazy, because of you guys for joining me on here. This show would have been over in 3 weeks if you guys hadn't jumped on. So it's
I know. Ugh, we're sorry.
Duke, so you sent a message out on Twitter that you went back to that honey hole of a store.
Oh yeah.
How'd that go?
Bob, why don't you describe it? I've already described it once. Give it your best shot at describing this place. This place of magic.
A mess. I mean, it's a disaster. There's areas that are blocked off with so much stuff. He just has signs up that says "Do not enter. Ask if you see something." Like in multiple parts of the store. But I mean, there's so
it's
much
a disaster
stuff.
in a good way.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. There's so
Where
much.
is it? Is it an actual store or is it?
Yeah.
Oh, it is. It's okay.
Storefront. Yeah.
So like a multimedia type stuff they sell there?
Mainly vinyl and music, but there's plenty of tapes and stuff in there too. Really anything. I mean, it's really just anything the guy wants to sell.
It's like retro media oriented. There's tons of stereo equipment. They got CRT TVs, video, NES games, stuff like that. Old toys, and pretty much just
yeah. He also,
like that.
my dog.
Oh my gosh!
He also
great.
He also sold he sold like this one guy when I was there 3 cards for like $150, like trading cards. I don't know what kind they were, but so he obviously sells other stuff besides just music and stuff.
What's the name of the store?
It's called De Vintage. DE Vintage.
Oh, he gave it away. He gave away the secret.
Yeah, now they're all gonna go there. Come on.
Yeah, I would have never said anything. So yeah, in the chat, Miss Elba Bob is asking what store it was. Duke, last time he was on, told us about this crazy store where the stuff was piled to the ceilings, a catch-all of everything retro electronic, and the pictures are amazing. And he got to hang out in there for a long time, and he went back with Bob, and they went digging again. And he showed more. Follow Duke on Twitter at Retro Nonsense. Is that it, Duke?
At Duke 0619 is the.
Oh, I was close.
But, yeah.
I was just trying to share that picture, but apparently you can only share video files. You can't actually share pictures? Because you had put it on your Twitter, and I was like, we got to show everyone what we're talking about. It's crazy, but can you source it at all, Bill?
It takes some work. I'm directing a live show right now, broadcast.
Jeez, Bill. See, this is why people would come to me at work if they wanted something done.
I can do that.
I'm managing.
Show my phone to the camera again. How about that?
Okay.
Will that work? It's kind of
that.
Hang on a second.
Can you let us know what county it's in? What state is it in? You don't want to be
It is in Maryland.
Specific.
There's a shot there of just when you walk in. That's what you see.
Look
at that.
It's pretty organized.
Oh no,
that part is
that little hallway might be. There's little catacombs that kind of spring off from that you'll just get lost in a good way. But yeah, it's a mess, but it's awesome. You could spend literally an entire day in there and barely scratch the surface. There are thousands and thousands of CDs, tapes, records, everything. It's awesome. And like I was telling Bob, the best part about these little shops are the guys that run them are just usually just so laid back and cool, and they'll talk to you forever and give you good deals. So it's pretty cool.
I went to kind of a place like that earlier this week. My car was getting some maintenance done, so I had time to kill. So I'm walking around these shopping areas, and the one place in this strip mall had a store, and it's called just something stupid generic like gold and silver or gold and cash, something like that. The sign on this, and no windows to look in, and it just looks like he deals in like gold. But I opened the door up, and it looked like the shop you showed with stuff piled up on each side of the wall. But he's got the front all barricaded off, and he's way in the back. He's like, "Can I help you?" I'm like, just looking, I think. And he's like, "Well, not letting anyone back here. Numbers are too crazy." I'm like, I understand. I hear it, I deal with it every day. I understand. He's like, "Yep. I don't know. There was a few guitars that I could reach, and that was all basically he would let me look at, not touch, but so I couldn't really go in there, but that was the closest I got to seeing something like that recently."
I'm lucky. In my area, there are quite a few shops that are similar to that I can peruse. So I got quite a good selection of places I can look for retro stuff at.
There's a good chunk in Maryland, huh?
Yeah.
Good to know.
Baltimore has a big music scene,
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
So there's lots of hardcore metal fans and punk fans from the Baltimore scene. Absolutely. Yeah.
Kevin, how
Maryland
long would
Death
it
Fest.
take us to drive there? Any idea?
To what? Baltimore?
To Duke's Honey Hole.
Oh, 12 hours.
Hey, you can do that a day. That's closer than me and Curtis.
That is closer than us. Yeah.
That would take us a couple days to get there.
Yeah, easily.
Sure.
I mean, how long did it take us to get to Philly? That was 8 hours, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm only 2 hours from
guess.
Philly?
Yeah. So with all the stops Bill would need, because he's old and you need to a lot of frequent breaks. 12 hours.
One day. We'll get there one day, Duke.
You're always welcome in my town.
All right. See you in your town. Just stay. You got the town. You can hang out. Yeah. All right. Well, as we start every episode, we start with a round of looking at the latest stuff we picked up, which is vinyl adjacent. I know this is called the vinyl collection, but we always start with something that kind of relates to vinyl. It doesn't have to be vinyl to start off. That's the fun part of the show. We're a fun show here. That's how we start things. So, hey, you know what? Maybe I'll start this time. What do you guys think about that? Yeah.
Oh,
Do it.
take charge, man.
I'm gonna pull the reins. Curtis, any update on your business?
I emailed you. I thought we were going to do this on the slide, but I guess we're just doing it live, baby.
That's how we do it. And I'm hesitant.
It was
to download
it was
because
215. 215.
It's got to be 200.
That was the best.
Yeah,
It's got to be 200. I could
can
drop
argue.
it down. I could drop it down and go down to 480 though.
I'll try the share when we get to you if you want. And if it's choppy, we'll stop it. And if it's okay, we'll keep it going. Well, anyways, we have a special video coming up, professionally shot by Hollywood insider Tiny C. And, we don't know what it's going to be, but it's going to be
like
wild.
Tiny C better, Little C.
No.
Wow.
Tiny.
You listen, Russ.
Smaller than little.
Yeah, tiny is way minuscule C.
There you go.
Oh, TC for short.
There you go, TC.
TC.
So when my car was getting its maintenance, I did do a little bit of walking around, like I said, and so I went to a thrift store and I went to a place called the Hawk Shop, which is like a pawn shop, but it's a franchise chain here in Ontario, I guess. Where did I find this though?
HAWK, like the bird.
HOC.
HOC.
Like a ham hock.
Hawk. Ham hawk.
Like you ever heard that hawk?
Like hockey.
Yeah, hawks.
Like a hockaloogie.
Hockaloogie.
Yeah. You can't do many other things with a loogie. I found out it's
Hawking is the only thing.
it's mainly reserved for hawking. Yeah.
You could step on a loogie.
Oh.
Well, yeah, I suppose.
I'm not saying I have. I just you can.
All right. So the first thing, we're talking CDs, and I picked up this Van Morrison CD, which I did not have, nor have I ever seen it before. You guys seen this one? Van Morrison TB Sheets. You guys, any idea what TB Sheets is?
Tuberculosis.
Could
Sheets.
be.
tiny boobs. I don't know.
I don't know. I hear that CD's the sheets though.
Yeah. So this is
To
like
be
a first.
determined.
This is a first gen CD, but it's got the AAD up there. But I didn't have it, never heard of it. So, and this is in the good area of 1973 Van Morrison. And so why not pick it up? I think it was $2. This actually has a decent little booklet in it. And yeah, Miss Elba Bob, she knows. I listened to it today. It is a pretty incredible album. If you can find it, get it. And if you'll permit me, I want to read just a tiny bit from here because it is super interesting. What we have here is the beginning of Van Morrison's solo career. It's not the best of Van. He created too much great music for any one album to make that claim, but this is the best of his early recordings. They would later come out with the best of Van Morrison, though. Then lots of information here about where his first label was Bang Records, which you guys remember when I pulled out all my Neil Diamond stuff. I said, you want the Neil Diamond on Bang Records. That was where Van first appeared. Was on Bang as well. And TB Sheets, it's a dark story, man. It's a dark story. He talks about the recording session when he recorded that. And the rest of the session had to be canceled because Van broke down in tears. The song was written about a girl Van once used to live with, and he actually watched her die of tuberculosis.
Oh.
There you go, Kevin.
So Kevin was right.
Good job, Kevin.
I think what that stands for is buzzkill.
It is a dark and sad story, and the way he sings it is like, I can almost smell your TB sheets. I can almost smell your TB sheets on your sick bed.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's an incredible album. I really love it. Miss Elba Bob says it's great too. Great version of Madame Georges on that one. Of course, Brown Eyed Girl, who y'all know, is on there. Next up, I found I didn't have this AC/DC.
Oh,
Yes.
Rock or Bust.
Love it.
I got a little, disinterested in modern AC/DC, and I've always skipped this one, and I listened to it today, and I was right. I think it's fairly forgettable. It's wicked short, 35 minutes.
That's perfect. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Bill.
35 minutes is excellent. That's for a rock and roll record.
I think that's their best of their modern stuff, like post 2000.
It took a while to grow on me, but I really like it.
It's good. It grew on me immediately.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not going to argue. There's a battle vest right there.
There you go. There you go. I got some pins on.
It's a pretty good booklet, though. I love that. Lots of pictures. Angus and the boys. This tour must have been cursed, though, because, this album, too, right? Malcolm couldn't appear on the album. After the tour, Cliff retired, right? There's Malcolm's rhythm guitar right there. Mm-hmm. I think there was a shot of the two guitars together, wasn't there? Obviously dedicated to Malcolm, who was going downhill. On tour, Rudd couldn't be with them because he was, tried to kill people. That was going on.
Yes.
And Brian had the hearing thing happen mid-tour. So definitely people thought this was it. But, of course, they came back last year, right?
Yep.
Oh, my God. I'm missing the coolest CD I grabbed, though. Okay, one more to go here. I picked this up. Still not sure if I already have this or not.
It's a good
one.
Yeah, we've talked about this
Camino.
before. Why the hell don't they have an El Camino on the cover of that record? It's called El Camino.
They're funny guys.
So you would ask that question, man.
Yeah.
That is their Grand Plymouth that they first toured in Akron, Ohio. And so they just put all kinds of minivans in there.
Not a single Camino.
And
by the way, you can watch Brian Johnson talk to the Foo Fighters guy about
Dave
fans.
Grohl. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah.
Hold on, give me a second. Talk amongst yourselves.
Well, I guess do you know what El Camino means in Spanish?
No,
Nobody?
I just know it's a car.
That means the road.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, well, maybe it just means
That's the answer.
An album that really grabbed me, and I knew about these guys, but I didn't own any of their stuff, and I finally found one of their CDs. Airborne.
Oh, nice. There you go.
Another Australian band right there.
Yeah.
CD is in my player.
I showed you the vinyl already.
Yeah.
You didn't all these CDs, I showed you all the vinyl already. Every single one so far.
Simister did it.
That's right.
Yeah, this album actually rings in shorter than that AC/DC album. It's 34 minutes and 57 seconds.
Nice.
So, yeah. In the chat, Miss Elba Bob, she brings up that she thought I was going to show my R. Crumb book, that if you tuned in to my live pickups earlier this week, you could have seen that. Go back and check out that video. That was fun times. I didn't, 90 minutes of live pickups on this channel with my little kid joining me.
R. Crumb, the artist?
Yep, the cartoonist.
Yeah, I saw a documentary about him several years ago. He's a weird guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's
There's
really interesting.
There's a picture. I think it's in the center. Well, it's both pages. I'd love to show you guys, but man, bells and whistles would go off like crazy.
Yeah, he's really pornographic and
there was so much to look at. I was like, how does that attach to that? No, it was wild. I'd love to show you guys, but
have you seen that documentary on him? I don't know where I saw it, but it was long. It was maybe 15 years ago, but it was really
okay. Yeah, I have seen an older one. I thought there was a newer one too, but I have seen that older one.
Had his brother in there. His brother was mentally ill or something, I think, or living in poverty or something, and I think he died during the filming of the documentary, if I'm not mistaken. It was really sad.
Did he do artwork for some of those early Janis records?
Yeah.
Big Brother and Holding Company.
Yeah. Miss Elba Bob asks, do you have the rose and the briar? I don't know. I don't know what that is. She says she has
it.
Anyone?
I don't even know what she's talking about.
I've only got the briar.
Okay.
Well, you got to get the rose, Curtis.
Yeah, I know. It's a set. Yeah.
All right. I was going to save this for another pickup video, but man, it's so cool. I'm just going to show it to you guys. We're getting very adjacent right here. As you know, who have followed this channel for a long time, my pickup videos, I have like a little Zippo collection. I love my Zippos, right? Little Zippo lighters. Back when I was a smoker, it was nothing cool than having a Zippo lighter. And so I found, and I've seen these before, but this is the first time I found it for a not bad price. A giant.
Oh my god!
Oh, okay, that's cool. That's cool.
Look at that.
Oh my god!
It's as big as your face.
My
Oh,
God, blowtorch.
Yeah, I got to be careful here.
What do you light up with that thing?
Cigars.
I don't know, but isn't that something?
That's funny.
It's not an actual Zippo. There's no Zippo stuff on the bottom, but it's full on. It's
there's smoke
coming out.
It's got the same guts as what a Zippo would have, except it's got like a gas tank in there instead of just.
Oh wow!
Does that take premium?
Isn't that something? So I thought that was a really good addition to the Zippo collection right there.
That was very adjacent. You were right.
Super adjacent, but
Wasn't expecting that.
Well, you hold up a lighter at the end of a concert, right? If you want them to keep playing. Yeah.
There you go.
You
Coming up soon. I don't want to spoil anything just yet, but
all right. So that's it. I hand the torch over to the next person. Duke, what do you have for us?
All right. Well, I will start with some adjacent as well, since I never have vinyl anyway. So at that store that I was at, I actually picked up this double VCR of Metallica, a year and a half in the life of.
That was a big hot commodity back in the day.
Yeah.
I actually picked this up for Chris Roberts. I told him if I saw it there next time I'd pick it up for him. So this is going to him. But yeah, I only paid $6 for it. It's got
Oh yeah.
both of
definitely
them
had
in
that.
there. I've never
year
seen
was
this
that
before.
from?
At least I don't. This is from just after their Black album. I think it's
Oh, okay.
91.
92?
Let me see. I saw it on here. I did look. Let's see here. 92. So
Nice. I don't think I've ever seen that.
yeah. So they actually had two of them there, but one of them was all messed up. This one's in really good shape. So
Yeah, it's
Pick
pretty
that
cool.
I may have seen some of this. I know I've seen some documentaries on Metallica before, and just leading up to their Black tour and everything. I'd be very interested in that because I lost interest in them after their Black album. Honestly,
What is
So-
that exactly? Is that a concert film or is that
I think it's
a documentary?
documenting a year on the road, I guess, kind of thing.
Oh, that's
And-
cool.
Yeah, I mean, it actually has some description on the back. I'm not going to read the whole thing. Part 1, it says, when we heard, my bifocal's kicking in here. Hang on a second. Heard the Demons for the 5th album. We figured that we would have so it's just a description of this, but it's just talking about them being on the road and writing their songs and everything like that, I guess. So,
Yeah.
you know,
It's a
one of those things.
documentary about making the Black album too, and
okay.
they got like Bob Rock in there. It's got some funny moments in it. Like one of them is like Bob Rock was really insistent on them starting that album off with "Holier Than Thou," and that album, like they were, the rest of the band was like, no, we're starting the album with Enter Sandman, and time proved them to be right. That became an iconic song for them, but it's just funny how like the producer was like insisting on, no, it's got to be this, and just watching it, and then in hindsight, you kind of see who was right and who was wrong.
Wasn't there like drama with they were trying to get Kirk to finish his solo or something? That was a big part of the story.
That was in Some Kind of Monster, I think, where they were trying to actually get rid of solos because that was like the trendy thing to do, right? In 2003, is not to have big guitar solos.
Right.
I think that's what you're thinking of. Maybe in that one there was something about it. I don't know.
Well, in the description on the back, they also mentioned the tour with AC/DC and Guns N' Roses. I know there's a lot of drama with Guns N' Roses and that whole incident.
Oh yeah,
with the riot and everything. I'm pretty sure that's covered in this documentary as well.
Yeah, and then Axl spilled beer on James Hetfield. Some good entertainment.
I'm probably going to watch it before I send it over to Chris because
just keep it. Just keep it.
Well, maybe. Well, where do you guys stand on the Black album? That's another one of those albums that came out right around the time I met my wife, so it has a lot of memories for me. But that was to me that was the start of their downfall. I never liked them after that. I did love the Black album. Looking back on it, I see that it's not as good as their first 4 albums, in my opinion. Where do you guys stand on that?
That was my very first CD purchase ever, I think, was the Black album.
Huh.
Yeah.
So I first heard that when I was pretty younger when that came out, and that was you heard it a bunch. And then as I got older, I was like, I didn't like it as much. But what's funny is I've kind of come back around on that record, to where I actually kind of enjoy it again. It's got I like the slower tempo of it. It just got some cool groovy riffs in it and stuff. So I've come back around on that album.
I think some songs on it are really overrated, and then some songs on it are really underrated. Like there's some really good album tracks on it, and then just some other stuff has been overplayed.
If I never heard Enter Sandman again, I would be okay with that.
Or Unforgiven,
way too many times.
Yeah, Sad But True is another one that just kind of is overstayed its welcome. But there's some like of Wolf and Man, and there's some good stuff in the later half there. That Through the Never, that's always been a great song. And then Holier Than Thou, and so there's some good thrash in there. And but Duke, you're saying you haven't listened to them since, but the Death Magnetic, which was an album that came out about, I think 2007, 2008. That's a really good one. Like that's like a throwback to their thrash days, and I really enjoy that one.
Well, I know you and I, Kevin, talked about. I guess we agreed on back in the day. when Load was after the Black Album?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just completely was like, now I don't have the same attitude as I did back then when I was younger and cooler, but I was like, okay, now they completely sold out because the whole band changed their look. They all had like nail polish on, and it's like I just can envision them all at the barbershop together getting all their haircuts, you know.
Yeah.
It just kind of turned me off back then, so I just kind of lost interest in them.
Yeah, and all the power to them, because in those years, like through the 90s, they were like the biggest, like they were mainstream.
Yeah.
You know? And after Saint Anger came out, they lost everybody with that album. And they've come back in the metal scene with Death Magnetic and Hardwired, which were, you know, received well in the metal scene, but they never reached that status ever again of being in the mainstream like that. Like they never had a hit like anything from those 90s albums.
Well, they were so huge when that Black Album came out. I mean, all you heard was Enter Sandman, Unforgiven, all that. It was just nonstop radio play.
That was kind of like the peak of heavy metal popularity in the mainstream, though, too, in that time period.
Yeah. I think when Lars was on Stern last time, he was asked what he's most proud of, and he went back to that Saint Anger album.
He's on drugs. There's nothing good about that album. It is terrible.
I had it for a second, then it was gone.
I've seen it at, like, you know, pawn shops and that for $1, and I can't bring myself to buy it. It is so bad. There's just nothing. I know it, like everyone goes on about the drum, but forget the drum. Even if they fix that, it's still a bad record. There's not a good song on it.
I know nothing about Metallica.
There's your homework. Listen to Saint Anger and tell us how bad it is.
Yeah.
I've never been a big Metallica fan. Like they've never really appealed to me. And I like Enter Sandman and like the stuff you've all heard, but I don't know. They've never jumped out at me. You know, I always, when you would watch Beavis and Butthead, you know, who was it? Like Beavis had a Metallica shirt and Butthead had AC/DC, right?
AC/DC, yeah.
And I was always like, I'm a total Butthead guy. Like that's all the way.
Give Ride the Lightning a listen. That's
or Master.
Their first 4 albums were.
Listen to one.
Great.
One is
you pick one. Pick one.
Listen to the song One. That's
my
favorite.
Pick one album though. One album. If this was like make it or break,
you're gonna get 4 different answers.
Yeah,
that's how the price is. I mean, I think like Master of Puppets is the one that is the favorite of most. Yeah. So I would say like that's like the most popular. My personal favorite is Injustice for All.
I like that one a lot too. Yeah.
But I think like that's the main. Yeah, I think Master of Puppets is the
let's let our special guest decide. Bob, you say Master of Puppets?
Yeah. That's my favorite.
Master of Puppets. It is.
Also, Kill 'Em All is a close second.
That's a good one too. I mean, any of their first 4 albums are great.
Chris, yeah,
they're
all
different.
They're all good.
Well, hey, you never know. Could have the Ozzy Osbourne effect because I'm like all in on Ozzy right now.
Nice.
So we'll see. But they get one shot, except for Bob, which I seem to have given 20 shots to. I've listened to more of his stupid discography than every other.
Easy. Whoa.
Gosh, I'm right here. Come on.
Yeah.
Poor Bob.
I got to be careful what I say.
I love the chat right now. It's like Chris Roberts is like that one dude who hangs back with all the ladies. You know, the smart dude who sits back with the ladies. He's having fun in the chat with the girls. It's good.
Denise, do not forget, I love Saved from Bob Dylan. In fact, this last week, I told my buddy about it. I was like, "Oh yeah, I do this silly little vinyl show," and we were talking about the Bob. Well, this massive. Okay, I mean, God, just walked into that one. Anyway, I told him about the Saved album, and he put it on, and he dug it too. So there you go. But he loves Bob. And then afterwards, he's like, "Let's talk Bob Dylan. I'm gonna send you this documentary I found on YouTube. I'll send it over right now. You watch that, blah blah." Oh my gosh, what have I done? I have opened Pandora's box. I cannot close it.
Is his eyes crossed like that?
Don't make fun of Neil. Okay.
What's going on now? What is
Here we
happening?
are.
What is
Sorry.
that?
I'm
What
doing
is going
stuff
on?
Sneak peek right there.
He heard us
Queuing
talking about
stuff up.
Bob. He's twitching up. He's going nuts.
So don't pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Oh boy.
That's going to be choppy as hell when I play that.
Maybe I can try it from mine.
Okay.
We'll do it when it gets around to my
Sure.
legit one, not
Just
adjacent.
hold the phone up to the camera like I do. It works every time.
There we
There
go.
you
See, Duke's got the answers.
Curtis sent a 35-minute video for us to watch, though.
Oh,
Nice.
good.
35-minute video.
It's 35 minutes. I swear to God.
You're such a joker. It's 34 minutes.
Turn that sucker down.
Yeah.
Was that your grandma's record player that we talked about?
No.
Oh,
Okay. Duke, is that it
All
for
right.
you?
Well, yeah. Well,
No.
we talked long enough about what I showed, so you can move along.
Okay. I'm getting rid of that video. It's chopping me up. Okay. Curtis.
Boom. Homework time.
Deke says, you look weird when you're holding a mic when I'm used to him sniffing socks.
I can go get some laundry. If you want some laundry,
Why do you
I
think
got
Deke
more.
was here immediately?
I can do all sorts of things. Next week, I'll be doing the dishes. Week after that, I'll be balancing my checkbook. That was the first thing I could think of. I haven't balanced a checkbook ever. Okay. Let's see. We got a lot to talk about here. So, as we all know, I do my homework every week, and I listen to the albums that all of you recommend out there in vinyl collection world. And I listened to some good ones this week. Let's start off with Mr. Matt Bandy, or as he's known tonight as Russ T. Cheeks. I listened to 2 albums, Mr. Matt Bandy, because I had to finish what was going on with Carry On. So I listened to It's All Our Blood.
oh, okay.
And I'm happy to report it did nothing for me.
Yeah.
What can you
That
do?
was, that was the collection of the earlier stuff.
Yeah. But I listened to The Chosen Ones and their self-titled album Chosen Ones.
Mhm.
And you know what? That is the best thing you've recommended so far.
Oh, nice.
That one I dug. The only thing, like, they would be rock solid. The only thing that kind of like I wasn't too keen on was the singer. Like, I'm big on voices and stuff, but their band sound was awesome. And like how that record starts, and again, this is like a 10-minute record, so if anybody wants to go check it out, go check it out. Yeah, there's only 4 songs, 10 minutes and 35 seconds. But that how Misery and Company starts out, I was like, yes, I'm gonna be into this. I love their sound. But then the singer starts going and immediately it's
A
like,
little gruff.
here we are.
It's not that bad.
Was it death metal? What
No,
genre?
It was a
Oh,
punk
this
rock
is screaming
Oh.
blood, punk, hardcore, pop, dungeon synth.
Gotta love that raspy punk.
Yeah, but I gave it a shot, and I will say that that was the one I liked the most from what you've said. So that was good. Go check out The Chosen Ones if you're into that. And then I listened to Tribute by Ozzy Osbourne, and Mars, you weren't kidding. That album rules. So to catch any of you out there who don't watch every week, which I don't think is anyone, I think it's all regulars right now. I've been going through this live album phase, and I am just like any live album I can get my hands on right now, I'm going through. And so this was the live Ozzy Osbourne one as a tribute to Randy Rhoads, right?
Yep.
Really, what an awesome album. And is this a collect? This isn't like a whole show, or is this one whole show that they did?
That's a good
Or is
question. I don't know.
Cool.
I don't think it's one show. I think it is a collection of different tracks from a tour.
That's the sense I got. But a great collection of Ozzy Osbourne. They do some Sabbath stuff. They do like Iron Man, Paranoid, some other stuff. But man, that Steal Away, there's a drum solo. Like, how long is that drum solo?
It's
like
long.
like minutes, like 4
Yeah.
4 minutes, 4 or 5 minutes. It's a stupid long drum solo, really cool. And then Suicide Solution, the very next track, there's like this amazing guitar solo. I'm assuming that's Randy Rhoads.
Yes,
they're pimping him out. Really good. Yeah, I'm like I'd never really listened to Ozzy Osbourne. I knew the standard stuff you hear on the radio, but I started listening to the albums recently, and I really got into it. I'm actually about halfway through Bark at the Moon right now, which is really good. And then, of course, I'm a huge Rolling Stones mark, so I've been listening to every live album they put out, and there's some good ones in there. I listened to Steel Wheels live, which is an amazing live album. Like, I think of all their live albums that I've listened to, that's my favorite one.
That just came out too, didn't it? Like Christmas time? Or re-released or something.
I don't know. I think it might have been a re-release. Maybe it was an actual one.
Maybe it was on vinyl or something. I remember people getting it for Christmas or something.
But that's a really solid one. And it's got a lot of my favorite like 80s tracks that you don't really hear a lot. So hearing the live version of that is awesome. That was really good.
Is that still, because there was a point with Rolling Stones where I find they were the best when it was just them on stage, and then as they got bigger, they just kept adding like more and more like background singers and extra musicians.
Yeah, this might not be your jam because
it's not that it's not my jam. It's just
you
that
definitely have like they
prefer...
do "Gimme Shelter." They got that woman singing. And actually, there's like one track they bring up Axl Rose and Izzy from Guns N' Roses, and they jam with them on a track. And then John Lee Hooker, I think, is on another track.
Oh, wow. That's pretty cool.
It's an awesome album. Like that, to me, if you were going to get one live Stones album, it's the Steel Wheels one. I also listened to Bridges to Bremen, which is their 90s live album, which is promoting Bridges to Babylon. Not a very good live album. It's weak sauce. Like all the songs sound, they have a weird sound to it. It's fun to hear the 90s stuff, which I'm a big fan. I love Voodoo Lounge. Like that's an awesome album. I don't know how much they play a couple tracks off of Voodoo Lounge. But yeah, overall it was kind of a letdown. And then Sticky Fingers live at the Fonda, which was a really cool show from I think 2017 that they put out. I'm going to try and track down Steel Wheels live and Sticky Fingers. I want to get those both on vinyl. But Sticky Fingers is cool because they played like the whole album, which is just how often does that happen? And they throw in some other tracks like Jumpin' Jack Flash and stuff, but they play the whole album, and you get to hear all these things you really never heard them play live before. So good stuff out there.
Cool.
That's what I've been listening to.
Jeez,
been a busy week.
I guess so.
Sounds like
all
it.
right. Wow. So that's what your adjacent's going to be, just your chat about your homework.
I was going to save the thing for when it came around to my other thing.
Okay, stay tuned, people. Hit the subscribe, hit the likes.
Got to tickle them, right? The little aspect. Doot.
At 35 likes, one for every minute of Curtiss's video.
Hey, did you watch the video, Bill? Can we talk?
I just watched it to make sure it played, and then because I wanted to, watch it fresh as.
Oh, so you don't know what's in it? Okay. Oh,
I saw
it's high production value.
Yeah,
a lot of money
into a crane.
Well, we had to do the crane for the giant lifting, but I also rented a crane for the crane shot because I'm a fan of good cinematography.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
There a drone shot in it?
Is there what?
A drone shot? Any flying drone shots?
Every shot you can think of: drone shot, tracking shot, fish. I use a fisheye lens at one point. Get a cool effect.
Yeah. Then he has another camera shooting that camera, so it's like a movie in a movie shot.
Yeah. 10 minutes of it is just two cameras just staring at each other, and you're kind of just supposed to like live in that and like, what's that really about? Like, who's really watching who? I got a little off track, but a little avant-garde. It's fine. But yeah,
Deke
stay tuned.
is saying Goat's Head Soup Deluxe came with 73 live show added onto it.
Deke, I did get. Oh, actually, I got the 2-disc one. Are you talking about? Because there was like a super deluxe one that I think was like a 4 LP. I did not get that one. I only got the 2 disc, and I'm kind of regretting that now.
I guess so.
Deke is big into the Stones. He's got a lot of live
Deke,
stuff. He's got the what's that blue one? There's that blue album. Says that one's a really good one.
Blue and Lonesome. Oh, their most recent like studio one where they do the blues.
No. No. The cover is blue. I forget. I didn't say anything. I'll tell you the title after.
Deke, hit me up, brother. I'm like the biggest Stones guy, so
he'll steer you in the right direction.
Yeah, I'm all about it.
Totally. Well, look we got Bob Dylan in the house.
Yeah.
Thanks. And we've been talking about you every show, so
I
it's
heard.
really something to have you
I
come
heard
on.
you're a fan.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Bob, thanks again for coming on the show. I really appreciate you coming on. It's good to see you. Man, like literally, if you're a subscriber to the Retro Nonsense YouTube channel, you saw this guy grow up in front of our eyes. How many years have you guys been producing content on that?
I don't know.
How old were you, Bobby? You were probably what?
12.
Younger than that, weren't you?
I mean,
It's
maybe
been about
10 or
7
11,
years.
so 7 years.
Something like that.
Yeah, it's something else. Retro Nonsense would just do these family videos where they would talk about what they've been up to or what they've picked up. Just fun. It was nonsense. It was retro.
Pretty much.
That it was.
Yeah.
That it was.
It's good stuff. So everyone go check them out, subscribe to that, and go check out these old videos. You get to see this guy, Bob, grow up in front of your eyes. Now, Bob, you got the big metal thing going on now. Is that like just to get away from your father's Dave Matthews Band stuff? Or
Actually, I like Dave Matthews Band, so no. Gosh, I don't even remember. I think I literally just randomly one day was like, I want to try listening to metal. And I think I listened to Iron Maiden first. Their first self-titled album was the first metal album I ever actually sat down and listened to. Nice. And I just kind of went from there. Oh, well, actually, that was the first. After that, I started listening to Slipknot a little bit, which isn't really metal. But I started listening to them, and then I liked like the kind of their vocal style. So I started getting into death metal from that, which is sort of similar vocally. But yeah, so... I don't know. I just kind of decided that I wanted to listen to metal. No special story.
Nice. Matt is so proud. Look at Matt Bandy. I've never seen a single tear running down his cheek.
It's a good progression there. Yeah.
I want to see Matt Bandy and Bobby have a genre off to see if they can top each other in naming metal.
I'm not as good as Matt.
Okay, I'm not. I bet I could make one up and it would be real. Is there a subgenre called beast metal?
There's beast, yeah, kind of. There's beast of black metal.
I just made that up. See, you can put anything in front of metal and it's a subgenre. Power metal,
swamp metal. Is there swamp metal?
No, I don't know about swamp metal.
Swamp.
They might have to add that.
Close to sludge.
Sludge, yeah, sludge.
Almost.
Sludge is similar.
All right.
Okay, and another question for you: how are you consuming your music nowadays? Like, how are you purchasing? Is it on media, or are you just completely digital, or are you collecting?
No, I got plenty of physical. I usually CDs because I can listen. Before I had a stereo system, I listened to them in my car. So that's what I started out with. Well, I started out with cassettes because I had a Walkman. Then I got into CDs, and I only own 2 vinyls. I'll show one of them later. But I only own 2 vinyls. But most of what I listen to is on CDs. And tapes. I like tapes a lot. I like collecting tapes more, but CDs sound better. So,
why do you like collecting tapes?
They're small and easy to manage, and they look. And I like the feel of them in my hand. I don't know. I can't really describe
the same
it.
thing Layla says about me. Sorry, she's a big fan of cassettes. Is what I mean. We have a large cassette. She's the same thing.
Nice.
How small are you, Curtis? Like how little?
You know what? I'll tell you what. Next time I see Chris, we are gonna measure each one of us, and we're gonna get to the bottom of this.
Or
height. We could do both. I'm pretty sure I'd win one of them at least.
Which one would you be happier to win?
I'll take whatever.
But even
So,
the
but
ladies
what-
in the chat are talking about Curtis's height.
Right.
when you're buying cassettes, are you buying like current artists on cassette or older stuff?
Most everything except for a few of the cassettes I have are newer artists. Yes, a few of them which I'll show you. A few of them are older artists, but most of the cassettes I collect are new, and most of the CDs are old. So yeah.
How so you have 2 vinyls. What's your cassette collection? How many are we talking?
Currently 15, maybe 10 to 15, somewhere in there. Not very many. New cassettes are expensive, especially to ship them. So
Yes.
yeah. And I started collecting before I had a job, so it was a little slow back then. Yeah,
That's
so
cool, man.
I'll get into some of my adjacents, I suppose. The first thing I picked up at the store that we went to was Misfits patch. I'm not the biggest Misfits fan. Well, I like them, but I just haven't listened to them a lot. So I'm waiting until I listen to more Misfits to put this on to my vest because I don't really want to put it on until I'm like well versed. But I saw it and I decided to pick it up because it was like $3, and I was like, I like them. I'll listen to them more one day, and then I'll just sew it on. So
A good start is the Collection 1 and Collection 2. That was my first Misfits introduction, and then the Walk Among Us is really good. Earth AD is really good. Any of the Danzig era stuff is good. Static Age, which
That's
is
a good one.
a very different sounding record than
I like Static Age a lot.
Yeah,
but
that's
still
actually
one I've listened to.
that's my favorite Misfits record. It's a lot different from their other stuff. So, but yeah, any of the Danzig era stuff is good.
All right. Well, I will keep that in mind then. Thank you.
Yeah.
I guess let me think. Okay, I'll get into the cassettes, and then I have 2 VHSs as well. So this cassette, the first cassette, is actually the first cassette and the first physical music anything I ever bought, and none of you guys are gonna know what this is. It is actually it's Midday Dream Transit by Anyways. It's a vaporwave album. So this bad boy, what label was it? Hold on, does it say the label on here? No, it says Made in Canada though. So there's that. I don't remember what label it was on, but there were 10 of those printed. And when I bought it, there were 3 left, and the album had been released for like 4 months. So not a very popular album. But yeah, there are 10 of those printed. It's a standard vaporwave album. It's nothing too spectacular, but I really liked it, and I decided, I really like the artwork too. I think the artwork is really great. So I was like, back then I was like, I got this Walkman. I don't have anything to listen to on it, so I'll pick it up. And I ordered it, and it sounds really good. It's very professionally dubbed, so I really like that album. Yeah, it's very weird.
Well, hold on a second. Question in the chat, very important.
Yes, the answer is yes.
Obviously.
Yes.
Smash that like.
I'm telling you, Bob is bringing all the folks in. I appreciate
it. Second cassette, also new, is Tomb Mold Planetary Clairvoyance. Can't speak. This was the first death metal album I ever fell in love with. Was this? I was just browsing. I think I was just browsing metalarchive.com or whatever one day, looking at death metal bands, and I was like, oh, this one sounds cool. Tomb Mold sounds like a cool name. So I started listening to them. And it is, it's just so good. I like sci-fi death metal a lot. And it's such a good album. The artwork is what really caught my eye, and the name and stuff like that.
Jake from Polykill was a big, ex-Polykill was a big fan of Tomb Mold.
That's really, I like this. I haven't
Jake from this show.
He was on here for
I guess I haven't listened. I've listened to their other album, their first album, once, I think, but not. This is the main one I listened to.
Yeah, that was their breakout.
Yeah, and it's great. It's just classic, new death metal. Just I mean,
Is that the same
death
one
metal
that you have the patch? Is that the same band?
No, that's this is a Blood Incantation.
Hold up the cassette again.
Oh,
next
yes.
to that.
They're different squiggles. Come on.
The squiggles are different. The squiggles are different.
Come on.
Tomb Molds is more legible, honestly. I can actually read Tomb Molds. I cannot read Blood Incantation. No matter what people say, it's not legible. So yeah.
I took it in college, so I have a little knack with it.
Oh, of course. I'll get into my VHS now. So first I'll start with the not so cool one. So I think my dad picked this up at a Goodwill. You guys probably don't know this, but Blair Witch Project is my favorite movie. One of my favorite horror movies of all time. It's my second favorite horror movie of all time. I have that over there, but this is actually Sticks and Stones. It's like an extra 30 minutes of film for the Blair Witch Project. It was a Blockbuster exclusive back in the day. I have not watched it yet, but I plan on it. Basically, I think it's like a side story that has I think it has different characters. I'm not 100% sure, but it's extra Blair Witch content. Probably not as good as the movie, but I still thought that was pretty cool because I've never seen it before, and it was a Blockbuster exclusive. So that was a pretty cool VHS tape, I think.
That's a cool find for sure. Yeah, those things. Anything that was like an exclusive like that is super fun to find.
Mm-hmm. And I watched the entire original movie again for the second time on VHS, and it's so much better on tape than digitally. That movie fits so well on tape. It's just it was basically made to be watched on the tape. So then
I watch that movie. It makes me motion sick.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's what my mom says. My mom said the same thing. I have no problem with it.
I was wondering what Chris Roberts would say about that.
There you go.
For years, still haven't watched it yet.
I haven't watched it either. Yeah, I didn't have a problem with it, the motion at all. I didn't watch it in the theaters, and that would have been, I can't imagine watching something like that on a big screen. But yeah, I don't have any problem with it. I love it
in the theater. That's okay.
As did I. Yeah.
So did I.
And I actually get motion sick.
Yet.
And I didn't get motion sick.
I was
not. Brandon and I saw it on a date in the theater.
Yeah, she
saw it with her.
Okay.
And Bob, when were you born?
2003.
Just check.
Line up, Curtis.
Unrelated.
I got it.
Yeah, I know. I'm a fake fan.
Chris Roberts saw people puking in the theater.
Wow. So I assume that's from the motion sickness.
Oh, from the motion. Yeah.
Oh,
I grew up at District 9. I saw that theater and I puked.
What?
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
it made me so motion sick from the way it was shot.
Really?
Yeah,
I had the same with Batman and Robin, but it was because of the movie itself.
You know.
It's his nipple suits that did it. They were disgusting.
Or something else.
So Bob, I have a question for you. You're very into these retro forms of media.
Mm-hmm.
How did this begin? Walk us through that.
Well, okay, so when I was young, my dad I would play old games because my dad did. So I grew up on old games just because that's what my dad played. That's what he collected. We would go to swap meets together. And I would, as a little kid, you like what your parents like. So he was like getting excited over finding old video games, and I started my own little Genesis and Super Nintendo collection when I was like, I don't know, like 10 or 11, because I would go there and I'd buy the games that I thought were cool. So it really started there. After that, I got into vaporwave when I was, I don't know, 15-ish, 14, 15. I got really heavy into vaporwave, and that the whole aesthetic is 90s VHS tapes, all that kind of stuff. So with my, already pre-exposure to old media and my ability to get old media because my dad goes to these places all the time. I started collecting stuff like VHS tapes and cassettes and stuff like that because, that's very heavy in the vaporwave scene is that kind of, I guess.
I'm so proud, Bobby.
That stuff. So yeah. And then since then, after I don't listen to vaporwave nearly as much as I used to, but I still just stayed with the media. I just like collecting. It's fun.
Now,
Let
can
me
I
ask-
say
I know a
that
lot. I know a
Well, I thought Duke was really crying.
Can I say, Bob? Is it possible too that isn't it semi-popular at least with your age group? I think I've seen it in other.
Vinyl.
I've kind of enhanced it maybe because of my hobby and my involvement in the community and whatnot. But I think it seems to be collecting vinyl and stuff with your age group.
Vinyl is definitely
Yeah.
coming back.
If I could answer that, Duke, I know that
Yes.
for young people, vaping is very popular nowadays.
Oh my gosh.
Terrible thing. They gotta. I know what they're gonna do about it.
Vapor
Bobby,
waving is even worse.
Do you listen to Time Cop 1983? You know that that's like a synth wave, vaporwave.
I like synthwave too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
think
check out
I think
Time
I've
Cop
heard
1983 is
about
good. Yeah.
I gotta go. Hold on. I gotta go get my battery. My charger. I'll be right back.
Oh my gosh.
My computer's about to die. Stay
Chris
tuned.
Roberts.
I have one more. I have
Disclosure.
one more pickup. Stay tuned.
Okay. Chris Roberts, 1 hour, 12 minutes, not one vinyl.
We're not getting to any vinyl. Zero.
Not when we have huge stars like this coming on. We got to get to the
Sorry.
bottom of it. We got to figure out
I take responsibility.
where they're coming.
Completely bypass Mars and
Yeah,
Bandy.
we're not, I guess we're just here for color
was in
commentary today.
The
Okay.
horseshoe.
This is the life on the bottom row.
I can hear him
Uh-oh, Duke.
upstairs. I can hear him upstairs getting the charger. He's running across the. And he's,
Now, Duke, your co-host on the Retro Nonsense podcast, Chris Roberts, is
Yes.
saying, "Watch out if you're sick." He found his new substitute co-host.
Oh yeah, yeah. I can see that. It's good pairing, I think.
And what else is going on in the chat? A bunch of people popped in. I want to say hi to Jeff. Popped in, and who else? There was Kaya. There's like this. Bob shows up one episode. He brings tons of ladies, tons of people in the chat.
I've been known to do that.
It's exceptional. Another exceptional show. We'll have to have you back every week. I'm sure, you can get rid of one of these other guys over here. Bob, before he gets settled back down in the chat, it was asked, just explain what the vaporwave is.
Well,
What is it?
Brief version. It started out as cutting up old music and essentially making collage art, but with music. So you take old songs, stuff like that. They started out. The first vaporwave release, what's attributed to the first vaporwave release, was released in 2009. I think it's called "Nobody Here" by Sunset Corp. It was literally just a clip of the song "A Lady in Red." When he sings, "There's nobody here," and it was like looped over and over for 2 minutes, and then put reverb and slowed it down so it sounded cool. And then it kind of grew from that, with people like Macintosh Plus releasing Floral Shop, and the big one was Echo Jams by I don't remember who put out Echo Jams, but Echo Jams was another album that came out. Echo Jams actually came out exclusively on tape, but then people ripped it to the internet, and the fact that it came out exclusively on tape, yes, like sampling, but the whole song is a sample. there's no original content in the old stuff. So Echo Jams coming out only on tape is what really sparked the whole, and the album art for Echo Jams was a collage from Echo the Dolphin, the video game. So yeah, it was. So then after that, it kind of started a small underground movement. People would take old songs and cut them up and reverb them, all this stuff. It wasn't, it was pretty cool. Floral Shop by Macintosh Plus is what really blew it up, because one of their songs in there became a meme essentially. And I hate to say that, but it's true. And And after that happened, the scene kind of blew up, and it's branched off into so many different directions. You got Dream Punk, which is its own thing now. That was started with Vaporwave with Hong Kong Express in 2014. No, then back in 2014, 2015. But that's branched off. That's not even Vaporwave anymore. That's its own thing. You got Future Funk with people like Young Bay, Saint Pepsi. They used to take old city pop, 80s city pop from Japan, and they would cut it up and make it like a lot more modern and bouncy, and they would call it Future Funk, and it was like dance music. But now that's become its own thing. There are Future Funk albums coming out that are completely original now, but they sound like, you know, the old stuff, like the old 80s city pop from Japan.
Where does Mall Soft fall into? Isn't that
Mall Soft was created by Cat System Corp. I don't remember when Paul Mall, which is the first Mall Soft album. I don't remember when it came out. It might have been 2015. But that he basically what he did was side A of the album.
Hey, Bob, I'm following with you, man. You are doing great, man. Keep it up.
Hysterical.
It's good. It's good.
A side A of Paul Mall was literally just field
Now I'm really
recording
crying.
of a field recording. Cat System Corp went into his local mall and just recorded sounds for 20 minutes, and that's side A of the album. Side B is a bunch of old easy listening and jazz cut up and like basically edited, just like slowed down. Some of it's made to sound like it's distant. So basically it makes you feel like you're in a mall, an 80s mall. And it was literally just one dude released an album, and all of a sudden there was a subgenre around it.
What was the name of that release?
Palm Mall was the name of the release.
Okay.
And it's by Cat System Corp. That's how you pronounce it, but the first two characters of the name are Japanese. So
All right.
that's a really good release though. If that's a solid Mall Soft release. And I love that one. So
I've never remembered that much stuff in my entire life.
That just sounded
deep into it, man. I got into it.
That sounded like someone who just learned a bunch of English words and was like really excited to share every single one that they learned and threw them together. I have never heard of any of this stuff. I suddenly feel so old. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Not
Welcome
a
to my
single
world.
thing you said have I ever heard of. That blew my mind.
Yeah, that was the first time I ever got into music, like actually found my own thing that my dad didn't show me and loved it and got into it. So
It's cool, man.
Thank you.
Very good. Yes, that was crazy. Duke in the chat, Jeff is noticing your retro video games. I don't know if you want to. He's asking if you got an Intellivision. He sees an Atari box. That's Duke's thing.
I've got it all, pretty much.
He's got it all.
I don't have it in television, actually. I've got Atari, I got Pong machines, I got Nintendos, the whole thing.
Check out Duke on the Retro Nonsense YouTube channel. He'll show you room tours and look at all that.
Let me spin around here.
Oh
There
my
you
god,
go.
just flexing on us.
Look at that. A little flex here. I got a spinning chair, so I'll just keep on spinning. We'll show the top. We'll show
I'm gonna get motions.
Yeah.
So this was the Blair Witch Project was like.
Yeah, that's how they filmed it.
All right, there we go. This is my little cave.
Okay. Go ahead, Bob.
Yeah, last thing is this was really cool. This was one of the best finds I've personally ever had. Now I don't listen to this band, so please don't be mad at me for picking this up, even though I don't listen to the band. I still thought it was worth it. This is it. Yes, it is just this. It's actually a No Effects Philly. It's a show. It's a tape of their show from Philly in '93. I believe this thing was created handmade by them because I was told that they used to hand make their tapes. This whole thing, I played it, I watched it, some of it. This whole thing is it's recorded on a handheld camera in the back of the show. It's a wild show, but yeah, I'm pretty sure this is a handmade No Effects show tape, which I thought was amazing. Again, I don't listen to them, but I know who they are. They're a very popular punk band, and I love punk. So I was like, I couldn't pass it up. And we're not that far from Philly, so it makes sense that it could make its way down here. But I was told that they used to, because they didn't have anybody professionally to do it, they just dub it themselves and they just write it on there and give them out or sell them. So, yeah.
That's cool.
Are you a NoFX fan, Matt?
No, I've seen him play a couple times, but I was never a big fan of the Fat Records sound. I was that's definitely has more like West Coast vibes. But yeah, I've seen him play a couple times.
Yeah, I'm not as much of a fan of California punk.
Yeah.
I have some more stuff, but I'll save that for later. That's all I have.
All right. What a
It is later,
segment.
isn't it?
Crazy. Good stuff. I see Mother Brain has made it into the chat.
Oh,
Hi, Mom.
She's back from her run. And it's good to see you, Mother Brain. Thanks for coming by, checking out your boys. And geez, we can pass it on over to Rusty Cheeks. See what he follow that segment.
Cheeks.
Follow that segment, Matt.
yeah, Matt.
Well,
Good luck.
Back to more C's in the 7 inches.
no.
Wake up, Kevin.
Thank
Kevin's
you.
falling asleep.
Oh no, I'm good.
So I've been for my adjacents lately. I've been showing quite a bit of literature, and this has another music connection. I'm surprised I didn't show these earlier. I kind of forgot about it. But this was a release of 3 different books by an independent publisher out of Chicago called DMR Books. The name of this collection is Swords of Steel. This is all short stories that were written by musicians, heavy metal musicians, mostly in like power metal, epic heavy metal genre. There's it's all like heroic fantasy, weird fantasy, dark fantasy, that type of stuff. But this came out in 2015, I think was when this was released. But DMR Books is one of the few indie publishers putting out current heroic fantasy, epic fantasy type stuff. They do a lot of reprints of some older out of print paperbacks, but they also release some new stuff. So you have some stories here from there's like guys from Manila Road, Solstice, Jason Tarpey of Eternal Champion wrote a short story for this, and it's illustrated too. But if you're a fan of weird fantasy or heroic fantasy stuff like Robert E. Howard or Clark Ashton Smith and H.P. Lovecraft, this is all some good stuff. There was 3 volumes that were put out. This was volume 2. And we got volume 3 here.
I might have to
Volume
check
1.
that.
Yeah. It was also released in a trade paperback of all 3 books combined. But yeah, there's some cool stuff that DMR Books put out. You can check out their Instagram page. It shows, you get a kind of idea of what they release and stuff. But yeah, all cool stuff.
Neato. A much cleaner author's name than your normal author who you bring on. What's his name?
Michael Moorcock.
Oh,
Oh my
that was
gosh.
John Handjob, the senior or something.
Yeah. So what's cool about this? There's like in each of these volumes, there's a continuation of one of the. I don't know if there's a guitar player or the singer from Bal Sagat, which is a English weird heavy metal band. But that was a really cool character that he wrote for this collection of stories. Yeah, but they're all short stories, kind of a throwback to old pulp fantasy.
Do you read your stuff from the books, or do you download it onto a thing to read so your books stay pristine?
No, I read from the books.
Good man. Good man.
Yeah. Although this one was I was kind of disappointed in the Swords of Steel 2 because the print got really small for this one. But so yeah, it's good stuff. So check out, if you like reading and you like fantasy, check out DMR Books.
Very good. All right. Kevin, buriedonmars.com.
Yes. Well, since we're running a little late here, I'll just get right to my homework that I did. And well, wait, do I have any vaporware in here? Or
Vaporware.
what was it?
Vaporware is something completely
I
different.
think you might have some Tupperware.
I think I got.
Oh, burn!
I think I got some Dream Future in here.
Dream Future.
It's in here somewhere. No, I guess I don't have it. I'll just get to my homework here. Curtis, I figured out why they called you Cujo.
All right, hit me.
Because of Curtis Joseph, the hockey player, the goalie.
Yeah,
Your name's
that's
Curtis. Curtis
You got
Joseph.
it.
Yeah.
That's it. It took me all week to think of that, and there. That's it. That's all I got.
That was your homework?
Yeah, to think of why did they call you Cujo? And it was like Curtis Cujo. That doesn't make any sense. And I was thinking, oh, there was the goalie, Curtis Joseph, and they called him Cujo. That was his nickname.
I'll do you one better. So, my name is Curtis. My brother's name is Jordan. If you take the first two letters of each of our names, you get
Cujo.
Joku.
Okay.
Now Cujo. And actually, when we were kids, this is totally unrelated to the nickname, but we won. This is so dumb. We won in a crane game, like a stuffed animal, and we named it Cujo based on that very thing I just told you.
Nice.
But then you said you gave that name to yourself.
No, I did not name myself Cujo.
Which
that
was the problem.
I used to work at a Dairy Queen, and my friends that
It's a
worked
very
there.
Midwest thing.
Oh, totally. I loved it. I was flipping burgers. And I don't know why. I don't know if there was a specific reason that the name Cujo started, but that's where it began, was at Dairy Queen in Barron, Wisconsin.
Were any of them hockey fans?
Hockey's big there. And actually my friends who started it, they were big hockey guys. It's very possible. It's actually very possible. Now that I think about it. Who did he play for?
The Leafs and Oilers, and
Was he with the Blues?
he moved around quite a bit. Yeah, he was with the Blues too, I think.
Was he with the Avalanche at all? Because my buddy, he was a huge
I don't think
Avalanche
so.
fan.
No,
Okay.
no.
Well, but he would definitely know of him, and that's pretty crazy. That actually might be true.
I gotta know, Curtis. Your brother was Jordan.
Yeah.
Did he have an extra N at the end of his name?
No, just the one N. I know.
Okay. Weird.
I know.
Okay.
I'm an anomaly. I got the two S's. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Was that Kevin's whole segment?
We're going way late here, so
We're not going late. It's only an hour 20.
I would like to show some Tom Petty at some point.
Show some Tom Petty,
because I want to get.
do whatever you want, Kevin.
It's vinyl. It's not vinyl adjacent.
Oh, you ever play by the rules anyway? You always just show vinyl.
No. When we get back to, we might not get back to me. Okay,
Yeah, go, Tom Petty. Tom Petty.
You're 100% right. Okay, let me show off the rest of my Tom Petty so I can put this stuff away. It's been sitting here for over a month. We got Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers.
Yes.
Damn the Torpedoes. This is a reissue, but I was looking for this album for a long time, and then he passed away, and they shot up. They shot up in price. So this finally went on sale on eBay or not eBay, Amazon. Just black vinyl, but it's the 180 gram. There we go. There's the Tom Petty. Damn the torpedoes. We got Hard Promises. This has the weighting on it. Because it's the hardest part.
Yeah. You look young on the back.
Thank you.
Just about.
Look at that. That's a nice guitar. Nice guitar. It's good times right there.
You never see anyone playing those anymore.
Yeah, you're right. You don't. They're not very practical because you can't really sit with them, right? You got to be standing to play a V. And not many acts, sit in the studio.
There you go.
Or I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I'm way tired. I've been up since 4 a.m. Okay. I thought the show would be done at 11. It's already 10:30. This is Long After Dark. This is an original. This one. Found this somewhere.
What's on that one?
Nothing great. It's actually my least favorite Tom Petty album.
And what's the cover on that again, Kevin? Show the cover.
Some people really like it.
I don't have that one.
Long After Dark.
What year is it?
Like 83-ish.
Okay.
One Story Town, You Got Lucky, Deliver Me, Change of Heart. No, there's not a single hit on this one.
You Got Lucky? Wasn't that was got radio play? Yeah.
You Got Lucky? I don't know that one. Maybe I do. No, there's your words. It's so weird holding a regular record after holding so many 180p. It feels so thin.
180p?
Yeah. See, I told you, I'm fucking tired. I mean, I'm freaking tired. Whoa.
Hey,
Jeez.
These Canadians, I tell you.
I fucking forgot who was on the show. Sorry. Here's Full Moon Fever. This is an original. This one's apparently a little on the difficult side to get an original. Because it was late 80s release, and anytime you got a album from that era, CD was king, right? That was the main format.
Do you have a favorite Petty album?
Probably might be this one.
Oh, really?
Might be. Full Moon Fever, yeah. This is just Tom Petty. There's no Heartbreakers, so. But this one has all the hits on it. Learning to Fly. Yeah, this was like top to bottom, all good stuff.
Miss Elba Bob said she saw Petty in Scarborough.
Scarborough?
In the Scarb.
Ooh. Yeah, that's one of my regrets is never seeing Tom Petty live. But yeah, I got Free Fallin', I Won't Back Down, Running Down a Dream, You're So Bad.
That's God.
I mean, this. Yeah.
Wow,
this
that is a solid album.
Yeah, it is. It's terrific. Get this one. There you go. Yeah. More homework for you, Curtis.
Well, I have Damn the Torpedoes, but.
Curtis, you don't know that record?
Hmm?
You don't know that record, or you?
No, I don't. I don't own that one. No.
It's got two more here to show. This is Hypnotic Eye. This is a little later one.
Still good.
But yeah, it's good. This is a good one. I was surprised.
What was the first track off of that?
American Dream Plan B.
Oh, I'm trying to think of the. It's been a while since I listened to that one, but I really like that album.
Yeah, it's good. Like that's a thing. When Tom Petty passed away, he was really in a groove where he was doing like.
Yeah, he really was putting good stuff out.
Some good stuff there towards the end. Because the 2000s were kind of they were okay. Wasn't the best stuff, but okay. But then he was coming out with this great stuff. And then for some reason, like before they were Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, the band was called Mudcrutch, and they changed their name to Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. And then for some reason, they went back to Mudcrutch. So I'm looking for Mudcrutch 1. I got Mudcrutch 2,
There's only 2 releases.
Yeah, there's
Mud
1 and
Crunch, right?
2. I got this one on a deal because it's a bit squished, but whatever. The record's in pristine condition. This is a gatefold.
And it was the guitar player singing. I forget his name, but he did most of the vocals for that. Or they shared
Mike Campbell
vocal duties on that, right? Yeah, right.
I think the personnel is a little different in Mudcrutch.
I don't think so, because you got Tom Petty, you got Mike Campbell, and you got Metmont Trench. Who the hell else do you need? Like, those are the 3 guys right there.
There you go.
That's the same band, and it sounds like a Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers band. You know, like with the solo stuff, like there's like he'll do like an acoustic track, so there's nothing for the rest of the band to do. So you can kind of see why that's a Tom Petty album. But this one, there's just nothing. I mean, it's all written by Tom Petty. Maybe Mike Campbell doesn't. He does have a song on here that he wrote. And then the band is Tom Petty, Bentmont Tench, Tom Leedon, Mike Campbell, Randy Marsh from South Park. So there you go.
I think it was a label thing too, where they had to change name to get a fresh shot with a new record contract. Perhaps.
I think that was originally, right? Like back in the 70s.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But so like these are from, the 2000s. Like why would they come out with a Mud Crunch?
They had to give Buddy some work.
Who?
That guy you said.
They're all the same guys. Look at that. There's some artwork. Little stuff. Here's your gatefold with the TP. But I'd really like to get the first one too. There you go. That's my entire Tom Petty collection on vinyl.
Where did you find those in the record store? Were they filed with the Tom Petty in the Tom Petty section?
Well, this was off of Amazon.
Oh.
So it was on my Amazon wish list, and it dropped in price, and obviously that's why, because of the squish there. But you can't find it anymore. You can't find the first one anymore. Mm-hmm. There you go. That's it. I am done.
As the chat says, awesome job. Thank you, Kevin.
Oh, you're welcome.
Appreciate you.
Somebody does. Thank you.
We all appreciate it. I know Kevin had a big show earlier today on the Retro Fandango. You can tune into that. He did another podcast.
I don't know how big it was, but it was a show for sure.
Another exciting show.
I was there.
You were, yes. Thank you.
It was a good show.
I was in and out. It was during supper hours, so it was tough.
I've watched like 15 minutes of it so far, but I'll get to the rest of it.
Yeah. You don't want to miss us deciding on whether or not we're going to watch that Zack Snyder cut. That was a fantastic conversation.
Yeah, it was.
Was it?
And I say do it. Why wouldn't you do it? Just do it.
Because it's 4 hours.
So, like I said, it's
and
a
it's in
modern
4x3. Who watches 4x3 anymore?
That goes within 15 minutes. You're not even thinking about that anymore.
I will be thinking about nothing about that. That's all I'll be thinking about.
It really isn't as bad as you make it seem,
you got a giant TV. It makes no difference. It'll go away instantly. Then you'll be thankful they're not cutting all that content out. Think of all the content they'd be cutting out.
No, see, we did this already in the 90s. They said, you got to get a widescreen TV. You absolutely need a widescreen TV. The eyes are on the side. You have peripheral vision. This is the way you look. Everyone, we're going widescreen. And everyone said, okay, let's do it. Let's do widescreen. And then this jerk comes up and he's like, no, I want 4x3. What? Why?
So, but the whole reason they did that was because they shot a lot of stuff in IMAX.
Yeah, that's bullshit. I don't believe that story at all.
And
what it is because he wanted his movie to look different from the other guy. That's all it's about. I want
sometimes there's too much on the sides.
Who is that? There's nothing more. Look, we went through this already in the 90s. We decided it was going to be widescreen. Everybody's doing widescreen now. That's it. Unless you're doing a retro thing where you want it to look old, that's fine. But not an entire movie in 4x3. It's over. It's over, Johnny.
Well, tell me how you really feel.
If you want more of that, tune into Retro Fandango podcast. Look for that wherever you get podcasts.
And scene. There you go.
Back to
All
back
right.
to sleep.
Tiny C's up.
We're going
Tiny
all
C
over
shot.
the place here today.
I would like to be referred to by my real nickname.
Lil C?
No, Bob. You're new to the show. You don't get
Nope,
ball
yes,
busting.
you do.
No. You got to earn it. You got to earn it.
Fine.
I think he earned it with his
C
vaporware
shot.
show. Like all that stuff he showed, man. He showed more stuff today than you have all month, Curtis.
What is this? The beat up on Cujo.
Okay,
And
big
C
C.
shot.
Fine, it's big C. All right.
And volleyball,
Huge.
too.
Huge. All right, so I feel we should probably play the video because I do not want to save it till the end because it is going to be built up and it is going to not deliver. I was like in my boxers shooting this.
Thank you for that mental image.
Yeah. Only my boxers.
If you tuned to last week's episode, you will see his boxers.
Yes,
He shows them
yeah.
quite a bit.
It was
Okay,
those
well now
very
I'm
ones.
not going to.
Been wearing them all week. All right, are we gonna try this or how are we doing it? You gonna do it or should I?
I cannot. It's going to be choppy as all get out if I do it.
Okay,
So-
let me attempt. Okay.
You thought the Zack Snyder cut was long.
I tried to make this a good amount. Okay.
Denise is saying she has to go soon, so hurry up, Curtis.
Dude,
Okay, yes, something popped up here.
we're trying something new for the first time ever.
How did this
45 episodes
happen?
in.
I don't even know how this happened. This is black
That's what the
magic.
Cooge does. That's what the Cooge
Okay.
does.
There we go.
Okay,
Look at
here
this.
we are. This is the record player that I was talking about last week on the show. I got this again from my great-grandparents.
Is this working?
Or it used to be
Yeah.
my great-grandparents.
Yeah, we're
rather.
watching it.
So
Okay.
here's the front. As we can see, I guess it's a Clarion. Clarion, is that a known brand? I don't know. So yeah, it's seen some better days, as you can see here. Well, it's got some sort of like, I guess, what is that, AM radio? I don't know, it's got some knobs here.
It's got knobs.
This is seen some better days. That's okay, it gives it character. It's lived a life, I like that. Before we go to the top, why don't we go see what's down here. So this is just kind of a little storage area down here. Okay, so you can see, what do we got in there? Some wires and all sorts of mumbo jumbo. Hold on, let's go way under. Let's see this.
Highly technical.
Oh, you even see down there?
Mumbo jumbo in there.
Yeah,
Yeah. I
Let's
kind of
see.
think there'd be a
Under
loudspeaker there,
belly.
wouldn't there?
Hey, Curtis, could you fit in
Yes.
there if you needed to?
I hide in there sometimes when
around,
Layla
take
gets
a
angry
look
at me.
the back before we really dive in and see what the inside looks like.
So someone must have tried to
Here's
repaint
the,
that.
Yeah.
Here's the back. All right, let's go down. It's a model 12708. Two positions. I don't know anything about that. It looks like you can hook up an antenna right here. Oh, that is disconnect line cord before removing back. So yeah, it does have a power cord that I've never plugged in. I'm scared to see what will happen. This apparatus uses inventions of United States patents. Let's see, Warwick. There's a date.
Made in
Guess
Chicago.
not. This receiver will not operate without dial lamp. If lamp burns out, replace with number 47.
Like, that's hilarious. The lamp goes out, the whole
Okay,
thing's dead.
Well,
Quality
that's
U.S.
all it says on
invention.
the back here. Why don't we take a look at the main event, shall we? See what's inside. Exciting stuff. Okay, here we go.
My
Oh
goodness.
my.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Bottle of wine?
Been a while since I looked in here. So we got a turntable there.
Yeah.
Let's dig in deep here. Okay, manual, auto, reject. Okay, so here's the the needle. See that guy?
It's like a nail.
That's a spike.
That's pretty intense. Use a static needle. Again, I'm not 100% sure how old this is. I'm guessing it's pretty old though.
Well,
if I had
that's
to
good
peg
educated
it,
guess there.
I don't know.
I'm guessing it at pretty.
40s,
Pretty old.
50s?
Not fairly old.
Crazy. So, yeah. and What is this? Feels like almost like felt. Strange. And then over here, I don't even know. What does that do? What is that? I don't know. And then in here, so I think this little bag kind of
Heavy
came
researcher.
With it.
This really
I
is
think it just
35
had
minutes
some
long, isn't
extra,
it?
Yeah.
You weren't kidding. This is the Zack Snyder cut.
I don't know, pieces inside. I have no idea what any of these things do. There's
Those
a
are
little
tubes.
lamp.
There's a lamp. You need that. Shit, they'll tell you.
In there? Oh, yeah. Little ones. There you go. There's that. Oh, this is like looks like something maybe you clean the record with. Electron tube.
RCA.
Radiotron. World's best known electron tubes. I've never heard of them until today.
The Trubes, they're a great
Oh, yeah.
band.
I gotta stop drinking in the morning.
Another electron tube. And, this is, what is that? Phonograph needle. Wait, what?
What? Oh, you clean the needle on that.
Oh, clean the
Is that
needle
right?
there.
Fidelitone Master.
That's right. You
This was
drop the needle on that
$1.50.
thing.
So I guess maybe that's a cleaning tool. Wow. I feel, where'd this come from? This
True
came
Value.
from True Value hardware stores. When? I don't know. So that's pretty much it. Is there anybody out there that knows anything about these things? Can tell me a little bit more about it? Because I certainly don't. Let's close that up. So yeah, there it is. That's the whole kit and caboodle. Maybe one day we'll get it up and running and be able to jam to some tunes. Really quick. That'll play like regular. Yeah, that plays regular size. Yeah. Just making sure. Okay. Yeah, there you go. Let me know what you think. Bye.
I thought he was going to have an epilogue there after that.
I love the drone shot.
Yeah.
When
the director's cut comes out.
I like how Curtis asks if anyone out there knows anything about it, because all you got to do is type in Clarion record player, and it's the very first thing that pops up on Google.
Well, there you go. See?
There you go, Curtis.
How old is it? Can you find it?
Well, there's a bunch of them. I don't know about that one specifically, but it's
Well,
the
it had
very
a
first
model number,
image.
right?
What was the model number? 12780.
80? Yeah.
Let's play it down one more time, shall we?
By the way, that was the Joss Whedon cut. If anyone was wondering.
Oh,
Well,
that's why
Denise
it lacked
really
any
liked the
good
bag.
jokes. The
The
bag.
bag was good.
The bag was pretty cool, I must admit.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
that stuff was all in there, and it's like I don't know how old it is. It seems old, like that. Those tubes or whatever, those electron tubes. I've never even seen that in my life. I don't even know what that is.
That was cool.
Well, they were still used in the 60s.
So yeah, that was that was my Duke. I don't know if you were here when I told the story of how I got that, but it was my great grandparents, and after my great grandmother had passed away, my family asked me if I wanted anything from their place, and I said if they still got that old record player, I'll take it. So
That's really cool.
yeah.
Well,
That's
thanks for
neat.
shooting the video, Chris. That was fun.
It's good to know that that's how easy it is to play a video now.
But I couldn't play it, so
No,
you
but
guys
I can
have
just-
to play it yourself somehow.
Yeah.
Does Kevin have the fact sheet on it yet? Oh, I got the
No.
model number. It's I wrote
What
this down.
was the model number?
12708.
Oh, 708.
My dyslexia.
Thank you, Miss Slow Bob.
Yeah. Denise asked if I bought that Gibson amp I showed on Instagram. They had a 50s Gibson amp at that Hawk shop I went to.
So
$1,000. Nope.
So apparently it's from 1948.
Oh wow.
Wow. That's old.
Dang. Yeah, I guessed 40s or 50s. It had to be. Just feels old. And the
So
style
pretty old.
looked 40s. The style looked 40s-ish.
It's
Yeah,
on the list of the 6 best record players of 2021.
What? Really?
Really?
There's
with that freaking needle?
the one shop near us, Dad, you never saw it, but the guy who owned it, the different one, not the one that we've been going to, the one that I'm talking about shut down. But he had an old phonograph,
Yeah.
and if I remember correctly, it only played 45s. I could be wrong about that, but this thing was, I think it was older than the 40s. I think it was like 20s or 30s. Like this thing was
Wow.
old. And
He would have played
broken out and
78.
played it for us. It was really cool.
It's
If it-
too bad Chris isn't here. He'd probably remember. He had one of those in his mid 40s. They were brand new.
Right, yeah. They had to save up for a couple years to buy it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's up here on radiomuseum.org.
Oh, that is a good site.
That's pretty cool.
And yeah, it's 1948, built in Chicago.
Yeah.
What else you want to know? They got like what kind of tubes you need for it.
That's one day I want to be able to restore it and play a record on it. I think that'd be really cool, man.
I kind of thought at the bottom that's where a loudspeaker would have went.
No, it's for
Where's
storing
the
your
speaker?
storing your
Keeping
albums.
your records. Yeah.
Where
Yeah,
was the
the
speaker in
albums
that thing?
fit. I used to have my albums down there until I outgrew. When I was first collecting, I put them in there until I outgrew that, and then I moved them. No, there's the speakers on the front, like by the knobs.
Yeah, you saw the
Oh, right.
grill.
Felt thing.
Yeah.
Oh, so I've seen that record player in your apartment before, because I remember you having the records in there before.
Rusty Cheeks, the voice from beyond.
Yes, that is correct.
I'm making a pizza for my kiddo.
Lord,
What,
is that you,
from
Lord?
scratch? You rolling the dough? What's going over there?
I mean, the show has gone on so long. I don't blame Matt. I would need a pizza right about now too.
All right. Well, yeah. Again, thanks, Curtis, for that. If you can kill that screen, I don't know if it's doing anything to our stream. Duke, did you bring anything for us? It's anything's
I
up
got
for
some
grabs
quick
at this
things.
point.
I'll be quick.
It's
If
okay.
you guys remember last time I was here, I had my Use Your Illusion confusion. So when I was at that store, I found Use Your Illusion 2, which I already talked about a little bit last time. But now I've got Use Your Illusion 1, Use Your Illusion 2, and Use Your Illusions. So I'm
Right.
all
You're
illusioned out here.
You're all set.
Yeah, I like that. I like it better than the first one, I think. The other CD I picked up was Pearl Jam. This was yet another. Hi, Matt. Excuse me. This was yet another CD that reminds me of my early years with my wife. It came out also in 91. So I was heavy into the whole grunge scene, Nirvana, Pearl Jam, Audio Slave, or Soundgarden, I guess I should say, and those types of bands. But this was one of my favorites. This is really good. It's solid from beginning to end. I listened to it again. I let Bobby listen to Jeremy the other day driving into my truck,
It's a good one.
and he said he liked it. But
Jeremy's a good
any
one,
thought? Yeah. Any thoughts on this, guys? You like it? Pearl Jam.
Love it.
Pearl Jam fans.
I'm not a huge Pearl Jam fan, but yeah, that's a good one. Did you when you and Mother Brain were courting? Did you ever go to concerts together?
Oh yeah, we went to Dave Matthews,
Matthews.
of course. Probably we went to see him every summer. So we
Didn't
saw
you go
him
to see
probably-
Counting Crows?
We saw Counting Crows. We saw Live. We saw Jimmy Buffett a couple times.
Oh,
Did you see any good bands?
Hey.
Nice. Yeah. Did you see any bands?
I saw Well, Counting Crows, they're a band, right? I mean, Live is a band.
It was a
Dave
real
Matthews.
band, a real band.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
There we go. We got there. We got there.
I saw Bush and the Cranberries in concert.
You saw the Cranberries.
The Cranberries is great.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Love the
Yeah.
Cranberries.
So yeah, we did a lot of concerting when we were younger in our teens.
Do you have like a concert that stands out as like this was our, you talk about it, like remember when we went and saw
we saw
Cranberries?
Counting Crows and Live together. They toured together, and that was really cool because we both love both bands, and it was really cool to see them together. So that was a very memorable one. And all the Dave shows, I say Dave like Bill says
Dave.
Bob, all the Dave Matthews shows are just we saw so many of them that they're all just kind of one thing from our past, but they were just so many memories going to his shows. So yeah, we still
like
see
that
him.
Throwing Copper record. Did they
Copper?
Yeah, did they put out any other records after that?
Oh yeah. Throwing Copper. They had Mental Jewelry was their first one. Throwing Copper.
Okay, I haven't
Secret
heard
Samadhi.
Before that.
Secret Samadhi was one of their later ones, and they had a couple other after that. I don't remember the names of the later ones, but yeah, they had like 6 or 7 albums I think they put out.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I like Live a lot.
Lightning Crashes song still gives me chills whenever I listen to that.
Yeah.
Hey Russ, can you just turn the camera around so we can watch you make pizza?
Russ.
Rusty Cheeks.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm sorry.
He forgot his own name. Poor guy.
All right, so I'll got a couple other quick ones I'll show. These are ones I picked up at that store just the other day. I guess I'll go from worst to best. I'll start with this one. So this is Poison here. Open
Yes! That's an awesome album.
It's got a lot of hits on there. It's a stupid album cover. Look at that. That's terrible. I don't even know what that is. Some tiger person. Anyway,
the Liger.
Yeah, I'll listen to this tonight actually, and I'm not a huge fan of Poison. I don't like it. What's his name? Brett Michaels.
Brett
Is that the
Michaels?
lead singer?
Yeah.
He doesn't really sing. He just like talks funny, during his song. Like he's all about the woo, all that kind of stuff. There's no like good vocals or anything. It's just a bunch of like rowdy guys in the background with some guitar playing. That's the way I see it. But this one's got a lot of hits, let's see, tearing down the walls.
That's
more
the
interesting
one.
than
It's our cooking segment.
That one has every rose has a thorn.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That's a memorable song for sure.
Awful
My
song.
wife really likes this. She had this when she was young, and she really likes this one, so she was excited when I picked it up. But not the hugest fan. They're just kind of generic to me. So.
Did you ever watch Rock
Okay.
of Love?
No.
That was that reality dating show that Brett Michaels was on.
Yeah.
You want to see
I know.
a train wreck?
I remember that. Yeah, it's stupid. But, I never saw it. Okay, so this one's I'll probably get some laughs from this one. Okay, this one is very sentimental. Air Supply.
Oh.
This, yeah. I don't care what you say. I love this album here. This is their greatest hits. This is the one this reminds me of my father. My father died when I was young, and he loved this album, and it reminds me of him. So that's why I like it. But listening to it, man, it's good.
Is it a blank tape? Well, you said it's his greatest hits.
Oh.
I don't know. Just something about Air Supply that I just love. It's just my childhood, so I know it's not rock or anything cool, but I like it. So I had to have that for my collection. Okay, so here we got Skid Row's debut album. You guys familiar with Skid Row?
Oh yeah.
Sebastian Bach.
Canadian.
I tell you, I listened
Sebastian
to this.
Bach's Canadian?
I think so.
Is he?
Well, he's on Trailer Park Boys a lot.
Yeah, so that's Canadian enough for me.
What I'll say about Skid Row. Okay, Skid Row, there's not a lot of depth to their stuff. Where they stand out for me is Sebastian Bach's powerful operatic vocals that stand out to most. And I love his voice. But the song, and they're very, very catchy tunes, very good melodies, but nothing super deep or super intricate. But I like it. This is a solid album. This front to back, there's really not any stinkers on here. And their second one that came out, I think it had the Monkey song. What was it called? Monkey Business, I guess. That was a pretty popular song. And actually, it's their second album. Their next one is probably even a little better than this one. But this one's really good. Yeah, nothing spectacular, but solid. You know, in my opinion. Again, especially the vocals. His powerful vocals are just really stand out to me, which makes him different than like your Poison and your War and all that kind of stuff. So I kind of always liked Skid Row.
So he was
All right,
born
Kevin.
in the Bahamas, but he was raised in Peterborough, Ontario,
There you go.
Canada.
It's a
Down the
good
road.
name for Curtis.
So,
Kevin, this one's for you.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
There we go.
There
Now
we
we're
go.
talking.
Yeah.
Woo.
So I listened to this. I listened to this whole thing today, except for the last two, I think, tracks. Actually, this morning, Kevin, I read your review on this.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
No, it was good. It was good. Very enlightening. I like how you put a lot of you have a lot of knowledge. Very good. But this is solid. I mean, I was never the biggest AC/DC fan. Reason being is this came out in what, 90, I think it is, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
90. I was into the grunge. I was into the Nirvana, and I kind of left rock behind. This older style rock I kind of moved away from. And I just moved on to the Pearl Jam stuff and the grunge scene, I guess.
Mhm.
But this thing is really, I mean, I think Thunderstruck has got to be one of the best rock songs ever, in my opinion. It is just, and I'm partial to it because there's a special version of it that Kevin made with some boner talk in it.
Oh, that's right.
It's hysterical. It's hysterical. Good job on that, Kevin.
Wow.
I let the kids listen to that. They were cracking up.
Oh,
But anyway.
sorry to hear that. Thank you.
I think this much like you said, Kevin, the last couple songs in your review, you said kind of, I agree. I think the first side of the tape is the best, and then the first couple tracks on the side two are really good. I really like Thunderstruck, Fire Guns, Money Talks, Razor's Edge is awesome. Misses for Christmas, okay.
Yeah, that's kind of a
Rocking Your
novelty
Heart
song.
Out,
yeah, that's a good one.
And then Shout of Love was really good, and then it kind of trails off. I think like Let's Make It was really good too. I like that one.
Yeah,
But
I
the
think if
last
they
two-
would have just ended it there, but like that was the CD era, right? You had to make everything
Yeah.
12 songs long for some reason.
But yeah, really fun to listen to. Very solid, and I'm becoming more a fan as I revisit AC/DC than I used to be when I was young.
Nice.
So,
Duke, you want some
that's it.
homework?
Yeah, please.
All right. I want you to listen to a couple AC/DC albums. One that Kevin and I debate on is Blow Up Your Video from 88. Kevin
I'm gonna
doesn't
write this
like it. I like it.
Write
Most
this
people
down, okay.
don't like it.
That's fine. I can be in the minority. I'm okay with that. I would like to see where Duke lands. And then
blow
check
up
out
your what?
Blow Up Your Video.
Blow up your video. Okay, got it.
And then
I like that one. I'll
No,
go
you
with Curtis
don't.
on that one.
No,
Yeah.
you don't. Don't try to be trendy, Bill.
and then check out that one that Bill got.
Give me a song from Blow Up Your Video, Bill. Without looking it up.
The title, Blow Up Your Video. And dude,
Not even a song.
you gotta try.
Nice
you gotta
try.
try Airborne too.
He's so
Seriously.
such a phony. I mean, that's
Give
such
these
a
guys-
Joe thing to do. Such a
That
Joe
Michael Jordan, he's so phony.
such a like that would be such like Joe. Yeah, I was at the store and I just stumbled upon this AC/DC. I thought it was great, just great.
Did you hear Joe wax poetic about Miles Davis on one of his latest videos?
No.
Anyways,
Can you do an SDC pod so we can hear the Bob Dylan debate? I think you haven't done an episode since he posted that Bob Dylan show.
I've already confronted him about that, and
Did you
We'll see where that goes.
on air? Was that on air?
Maybe that's why he would record.
Probably.
Sorry, Duke, to interrupt.
Oh, that's all I got. That's
I was gonna say the other album is that one that Bill got, Rock or Bust. That was a good
Rocker
Yeah,
Bust.
that's a good one.
All right, write that
I
one
do
down,
like
too.
that one.
Okay. And that's a later one, you guys said, right?
one. Yeah, 2014.
All right. It's on my list.
What about the Airborne? I think you should.
Everyone's
try that.
good too.
I wrote that down too.
He's got the air supply. He doesn't. He's just there's only enough room for one air.
Too much air over there.
Yeah.
Is there air metal? There's got to be an air metal genre. No. Okay.
Aerosmith.
Sci-fi dungeon air metal.
Hair metal.
There's hair metal.
Hair metal,
Yellow
yeah.
metal.
You just
There
showed
go.
some with that poison.
Not a big fan of hair metal.
Well, all right.
Okay. Should I show some vinyl on the vinyl collection? Should I show
Oh
a
my
couple?
goodness.
You better hurry. Get it under 2 hours.
Hey, Bob never showed his vinyl either. So
I'm
remember.
just doing a couple. Just
Okay.
only give me a couple. This was already shown on the pickup video I did earlier this week. If you guys want to check that out,
2
I found
hours.
this soundtrack at a Salvation Army of all places. I never have good luck there, but
You come and
And
rock
it's-
me on my days. Yeah,
in good shape. And
Dr. Zayas.
I used to think they were saying hot potatoes. Hot potatoes, hot potatoes.
you guys remember in a couple episodes back, I said I needed more Stevie Wonder in my collection, and sure enough, I found
Damn, that's
some
hot.
Stevie Wonder.
No.
Oh,
that's
that's
a
the
good
good one. Yeah. Ha! Jinx, you owe me a Coke, Mars.
Okay.
That's got tons of stuff in there. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
Yep.
Got some gatefold action. This was, I think, at Value Village. It was shockingly left there. And yeah, even the vinyl's in good condition. Pretty good condition right there. 2-discer. I mean, even the cover's in good shape for Value Village find.
Yeah.
Was that put out on Tamala or is that Motown?
Motown, 1976. What's it say? A collector's album includes 2 records and a 24-page lyric booklet. Hold on. Let me look for Curtis.
Ephemera?
Uh-oh. Got some easy access.
Now we know why it's at Valley Village.
Okay. Hey. Holy smokes. Look at this.
Wow.
Oh!
It's got all 24 pages in it?
Oh, let me count.
Oh, boy.
Careful, Bill.
Yeah. I mean, questionable.
Got to go nice and slow here. It is just kind of, it's not a very thick paper. It's like it's barely glossy,
Like
kind of
parchment.
newsprinty kind of.
Mm.
All the lyrics are there. No pictures or anything.
That's a great find, though.
Credits.
He's looking good.
Very nice.
Oh, wow.
Send that
Very
over.
good. Yeah, here it is. Once I peeled the price sticker off, it was only $1.99.
Negotiation?
If you will permit me, just one more. We got to get through the Johnny Cash stuff I found ages ago. 60-year-old records, right? And this is where we decide which one Kevin gets because it's a twofer. Right?
Oh. I'll take the nice one.
This one has a little bit more wear here, a little bit of ring wear.
Oh, that's all right. That's character.
Again, it's on Columbia. Got no sleeve in there,
No, that's Bill Condish right there. You want that one.
but look at
That's your vest.
actually. I mean, we're talking 60-year-old records here, and the vinyl's in pretty good shape.
Yeah.
You got the Columbia 6i.
Yeah.
That's an original pressing.
Slightly younger than Chris Roberts.
Gingerly put that back. This cover is really good. No ring there. Well, a little bit on the bottom, maybe. There's the back. Oh, again. It's going commando. Oh, you know what? There's a little bit of rippling right there. Look at
Oh yeah.
Mm-mm-mm.
Oh, that's Kevin's.
Kevin. I
Make it
found
harder. Here we go.
Stop.
Found my
I found
copy.
your man.
Wow.
But again, wow, this one might even be better. The label is, these older records, you can see where they missed the putting the spindle through the hole and it's all scraped here. Like that's not even present. It's just a little dusty. So I might keep this record and put it in the other sleeve. And Kevin gets
Ship the other
himself
one
a
to
nice.
Mars.
He gets a pretty nice one, except for just this. It'd be delicate. See how delicate
I think you should keep that because that makes it all your entire collection broken dish. You don't want to break that up.
There's no complaints on that. That's a beautiful piece of record right there. That's just weird, but man, considering the age of that, what did I say this? 1960, I think, 61 maybe. Now There Was a Song. Yeah, original pressing. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, Bob, back to you. We want to get some vinyl out of you before you go.
Yeah, I got
we're in
one.
overtime.
Now this is not an old vinyl. This is related to vaporwave again. So this is St. Pepsi and Luxury Elite Late Night Delight. This was so there's a little bit of a story behind this because this was a 2013 release. It's Future Funk. It was one of the original Future Funk releases. St. Pepsi was on top of the world in 2013. And they printed a vinyl, but I think they did like 100 pressings or something, and it sold out instantly because this was a huge record. So it sold out like 100. It was, everyone wanted one, but only 100 people got it. And since 2013, it had been one of the legendary vaporwave vinyls to have. And then in 2019, I think it was, they re-released it. I have the re-release version. I don't have the original 2013 pressing or whenever they pressed it. I don't have the first pressing. I have the second pressing. The first pressing, the first pressing doesn't have the black around. The border is the second pressing. The first pressing is just all the cover, and the first pressing is a black vinyl, but the second pressing is a clear vinyl.
Ooh.
So this
Nice.
is it's a split. So side A is side A is Luxury Elite. Side B is St. Pepsi. And this is a solid Future Funk album. One of the best. It's probably the best. Well, it's the second best. It's right behind what's it called? Now I can't remember the name, but it's the second best. It's a solid album though. It's a really great one. That hangs up on my wall above my but because this thing in the wrapping, because this one only had 300 printed and it sold out in about, I think it was like 45 minutes. I got it like right away. It was sold out like that, and so that hangs above my wall. It's probably worth like a couple $100 honestly. Because it's sought after, but yeah. So I'm glad to have a little piece of vaporwave history hanging on my wall. That's pretty cool.
Very cool.
That Moon guy, what was he? He was a
McDonald's.
He's from McDonald's. Yep.
Yeah.
The popular song on this album is called hold on, I can just look at it. It's called Mac Tonight. I don't remember if his name was Mac Tonight or not because I wasn't alive. But the song is called Mac Tonight, and the music video that St. Pepsi released for it was literally just a commercial of Mac Tonight, or the Moon Man, whatever his name is, playing like the old commercials, and he cut it up and made a music video out of it. So that was pretty funny. But yeah, it's a classic release, so I'm glad to have it on vinyl. The vinyl doesn't sound very good, and I think it might be my specific pressing, because a lot of people said that this pressing sounded great, but I played it back when I had a very cheap record player, so I thought it was the player, but then I got a nicer record player and I played it on that, and still the percussion sounded off on it. I don't really spin it much anyway because it hangs on my wall, so it's not the end of the world. But I don't know if that's I don't know much about vinyl, so I don't know if that's my pressing or if it's just how it sounds. Maybe it's supposed to sound that way. I don't know, but yeah.
Do you have a digital version of it?
Yes, and it sounds better on digital.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's cool. They also released it on tape, which I would have loved to have. But.
God,
So
I want
Matt-
pizza now.
It's so bad. I was thinking the same thing.
Now,
also
do you
have-
find that those low number pressings, you can get some bad ones in there.
Yeah, definitely. These are amateur companies doing them. So yes, that's
probably the reason right there, Bob. That's probably your reason right there. Why...
Yeah, it is. It is definitely a possibility. And I again, it doesn't bother me that much. You can listen to it. It doesn't skip, which is great. But I'm never really gonna spin it anyway, so it doesn't bother me that much. I do have 2 more things. I'll be really fast with this. I was excited that I got these. So I got 2 Morbid Angel CDs. I heard Morbid Angel's first album like once. I listened to it or something.
Ultimate Madness?
Yeah, right here. So I got this great 80s death metal album. I tend to find I like 80s death metal more than a lot of modern death metal. Not all, like Blood Incantation I love. But a lot of modern death metal is just so, I don't know. I like the 80s stuff better because it was more, this especially has got a lot of hints of thrash in it. It was it was during the crossover period between thrash and death. So I really like that, and I like this and Gore Guts. I like to be able to hear the lyrics, and I know in death metal you're not supposed to, but I do appreciate how in Gore Guts and Morbid Angel and stuff like that you can more tell at least semi what they're saying, and I enjoy that. So I really like this album. This is definitely up there in my favorite death metal albums. This album I haven't listened to, and the only reason I got it is because of how atrocious the album art is. And that would be, what is this called? Morbid Angel Domination. This is some of the worst album art I've ever seen in my life. And that's why I bought it.
I don't know. Have you seen all of Matt's records?
I have not, but I mean, well, the thing is, for some reason, metal bands, they used to have this, like in the 90s and 80s, they had sick, like fantasy devil artwork done, like really detailed artwork. And when the 90s and 2000s hit, they thought they had to have CGI in every album cover. So you got atrocities like this, and then on the back, you probably can't see, but you got this awful clip art of an angel. Like what is that? It's so bad, and the font in the bottom corner is just atrocious. It's just overall a mess of an album cover. So I bought it because I like that kind of stuff. The CD doesn't look nice. The CD looks very nice, actually. But yeah. So that's cool, and that's all I got.
Bob, you listen to Autopsy at all?
No.
That's an older death metal band. They're actually from the Bay Area, but yeah, check them out.
That's cool. I like Gore Guts. Gore Guts is where it's at. Okay, yeah, I'll listen to them.
Bob, you listen to Sick Seagull at all?
No, if that's real.
They are like hardcore death punk.
I'm sure.
Vaporware.
You want to you want to hear a death metal band that I do like that everyone laughs when I say the name is Witch Vomit.
I've heard of them.
Witch Vomit. They're great. So yeah. That's what I got. That's what I got.
Well done, Bob.
Yeah, Altars of Madness is a great record.
Yeah, I loved it. That's so good.
Bandy, you got anything you want to show quick before we finish off? Got to give you a chance. Got to get some laugh out there.
The pizza was enough. I mean,
pizza looked awesome.
It did look good. What kind of pizza was it, Matt?
I made just the cheese pizza for my son, and then a barbecue chicken pizza for myself.
Thank you, Mr. Bob.
Yum.
Sounds so good. Looks good.
Bandy presses with that barbecue chicken pizza quite a bit, I find.
It's so good. So good.
You can hit the pass button if you want. So.
Well, I don't know how much. I got. Let me just pull one. I'm just gonna randomly pull a record.
I don't know. Suddenly, I'm in the mood for a big old bowl of witch vomit.
They got some good stuff.
Getting a craving.
So much for that random record.
There you go.
Just dump it all over your chest. I mean,
what?
So So it was a band called Cruel Hand.
That
They were
looks sick.
from Portland, Maine, not Portland, Oregon, but Portland, Maine. This came out in 2010 on Bridge 9 Records. So Cruel Hand is a hardcore punk band with a definitely more of a metallic edge to it. I think Pusshead might have done. It looks like Pusshead.
It looks like it. Yeah.
I don't, and I'll check real quick to see if he did the art for this. But this was I don't know if this was their last full length, but this was definitely the last one that I bought from them. This was their third full length. You got a shot of the band. The lyrics. And
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, look at that.
Ooh,
Marble.
Mr. Fancy.
marble. But yeah. These guys at their heyday were a touring machine. They toured constantly. I saw them quite a few times. Actually friends with a few of the guys in this band. Yeah. There's your random record pull. This is not my favorite record of theirs. But let me see if it says so it says art and layout by Ryan Eyestone, Hail Pusshead. So I don't know if it was an homage to Pusshead or if it's a Pusshead image and they just used it. I'm not sure, but it looks exactly like something Pusshead would do.
All right, who was Pusshead?
Chris's mom's nickname, I think.
Oh,
Got it in.
He was waiting.
Got it in.
He did
Good
a
work.
lot of the classic Metallica T-shirts.
Oh,
and,
okay.
Yeah.
He did
Gotcha.
some other hardcore punk bands from mostly California. Did
Gotcha.
some of their album artwork, a lot of flyer artwork.
You want to?
from
I just have it right here. This is some good album artwork right here. I love this art.
Oh, the Voodoo Glow Skulls. Yeah.
Yeah, I love them. I just love that cover so much.
Yeah.
Kevin, anything you want to throw out there before we go?
No, I want to go
No.
to bed.
Curtis, you got to give us one record.
Oh, well, I promised I would show my.
What are you, Milton from Office Space?
I wish. This one's just from Staples, which, I mean, if you're going to get a stapler,
This is as big as my head.
The Sling Line.
there you go. That's all I got. But now that I know how easy videos are, dude, I'm going to start making videos like crazy. So stay tuned, loyal viewers. You will see plenty of videos coming up.
All
Full
right.
length
Plenty
film
of-
coming soon.
Yeah, exactly.
Longer cuts with less narration.
Oh, no. Must have narration. Please. Extra narration.
I wonder if Pusshead has ever drawn witch vomit. I just need to know that.
Yeah, probably not.
Well, did he do the artwork that was on the VHSs that Duke showed?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Okay.
snake looking thing. That was Pusshead.
Yeah. You could tell he's got his outlines are very thin.
There you
He's
go.
got a style.
Yeah.
A lot of skulls. You'll see you can tell the eyes in like just a lot of the shading, and you can it's got a very distinct look about it.
Big eye
Cool.
sockets. Big eye sockets you can do stuff to. Anyways, Duke, I'm sure you're good. Duke's good. You
I'm
got
good.
anything else? Okay. Hey,
I'm good.
thanks everyone for joining us on this episode. It's been a mother of an episode. Wow. It's a long one, but it's been a good one. Had a lot of fun this time. Thank you, Bob Dylan. Bob from Retro Nonsense coming by, making his debut on the
course.
show. Duke, of course, coming back. Another killer appearance by Duke.
Thank you so much.
Don't forget to check
Appreciate
those
it.
guys out on Retro Nonsense on YouTube. Look for them. You can also follow them on Duke's on Twitter. Duke something on Twitter and Instagram. No, that's not it.
Nah.
He's all over. Bob, do you have anywhere you want to plug yourself that I don't know about?
Here. I'm just here.
I like that. Okay, so we are approaching the 1 year anniversary.
What's the
this-
day again?
I've forgotten already, but it's approaching.
I know
And
it was
you guys-
April. It was the beginning
April,
of April.
wasn't it? April.
Yeah, we looked it up.
Aren't you? Yeah, and you guys said you would have something very special planned for me, so I am excitedly waiting for that. That is going to be.
I don't think any of us said that.
Yes.
I didn't say it. I wasn't here.
No. I believe we said we would do nothing. I believe that's
Yeah. I think we said 1 year is enough. We're done. We don't need any more.
I think
we finished all of Kevin's Tom Petty, so I'm good.
I think there was actual discussion about changing the show's name because we don't show vinyl anymore. I think that was the real discussion.
The music show.
Maybe Curtiss will do a video on it and we'll play it.
The Zippo show. If you start bringing more Zippos, you know?
If after another year, we'll probably get to my Zippo collection, I'm sure. Yeah. All right. So thanks, everyone. Thanks, everyone in the chat for coming on by. That was a lot of fun, a lot of action in the chat. Thanks, Chris Roberts, for hanging out, keeping everyone company in the chat as well. Good to see him. Chris Roberts will be back soon, hopefully. Hopefully get him back on the show. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and check the likes. Make sure that you've hit the likes in case you forgot. Get this video, racing up the charts, as they say. So we'll be back soon, maybe next week, maybe Wednesday. I don't know. We'll see. We'll be back at some point. And I guess I should get the thing ready to play out so we can say goodbye. And don't forget, all of our info's down in the details if I remember to do that. I think I did.
Letterbox.
And
Letterbox.
Yeah.
Want my letterbox plugged.
There's going to be some Snyder talk in my letterbox. So check that out very soon.
Oh, right on.
All right. Thanks, everyone. I appreciate you. Good seeing you. We'll see you next time.
Good night.
Boxers, I swing both ways when it comes to underwear,